And then when she said she was going away for treatment, she was going on
we're up
vacation.
now.
Was that recently, or was that a long time?
Maybe 15 years ago.
That's what they had something like that.
There's no phone number here.
I busted
yeah, there is. I told her to email.
and it was hard because of HIPAA.
No. Let's get her on.
Because no one could say anything was fake or real.
Just talk with you on.
You can't. You can't even say
Say
it. You know, like.
commercials. You can take them on.
So it was a terrible.
You would hear them, but to the callers, yeah.
But I didn't. Obviously, I was brokenhearted. But she wasn't taking good care of the kids anyway. The father was. But it was such a terrible thing when I heard about it. Now I had three people in my career that ended their lives after the story aired.
Wow.
And I remember each one. One was a home builder. And again, you know, his rabbi came up and said, "You murdered him." You know, and I think
Rabbi?
I guess he was Jewish.
no, his rabbi. He had ripped off so many people. Oh my God. I don't know who's in the but then he ran away. And then I actually was so pissed off. I sent a guy who I knew in the area to him, and he thought, "Oh my God, they found me with a microphone." I mean, it was just sad. Then, so he came back to his attorney's office, walked in and blew his head out in his attorney's office, which tells me if he was that desperate, he had a gun, if he had seen me, what would have prevented him from doing both of us?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, oh my God, I mean, was this guy that desperate? And why did I, in other words, did I do something wrong? Oh, actually, there were no. Carriage leasing was one, the home builder was another, and then the woman, the cancer woman. Yes, carriage leasing. Oh, he would take cars that people wanted to get rid of and say, "We'll take it off." It's a pleasant topic. Then he would lease out. He would lease out to others and not make the payments. And he kept it juggling. He was pulling in about $200,000.
When he was making payments,
He should have been talking.
He would make some payments and then some not. But the whole point was, Mark, he would juggle. So when someone complained, he'd make their payments. Oh, it was an oversight.
if your payments he'd think.
It was a sad story. But I've been doing it for so long. It's very.
How'd you deal with that? Did you just internalize that? Is that why you're so angry on the air, or?
Do you perceive me as angry?
No, I'm giving you a hard time.
No, get it.
No, I don't. I think
But actually, I'm just curious though if I ever come off angry.
Mark has not killed one guy.
Because I
No, it's not true. Scott Lacey.
No, I'm not angry.
He was a Parker cop.
Mark, do you have somebody commit suicide?
Yep, I turned him in Parker. He was selling machine gun shit. He blew his head.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling
Hello, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. What is going on in your life and how can we help you? How? That's what I ask. How? 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. What shall I do to make your life a little easier? All you have to do is call me, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. This is really the only show in the entire world that does what I do. We let you unload, and you know, I always tell people it's not a political show, then they piss me off and call me and say, yes, it is. I know you know, when you make fun of people, it's political. It's not. It's just making fun of people, and it's observing like political ads and all that. This hour brought to you by Integra Insurance. This is a serious thing. If you're looking for health insurance, why would you go and shop without the help of an expert? You don't save a dime. You don't get direct pricing. You can't, the exchange, they're certified to go on the exchange, and there are a lot of plans now off the exchange. So I guess the message is here. Why not use experts? IntegraInsurance.com. Health insurance made smart and simple. Integra Insurance. Everyone should use them. You have open enrollment till January, January 15th. Ted Rowland is with us at, he owns K&H Home Solutions. Ted, did you shop for health insurance on your own, or do you do it as a group for the company? How do you do it?
I'm an old guy. I got Medicare, so.
No, but your company. Okay. Oh, okay. I say. Oh,
Yeah.
And you don't have bennies at the company, right? A lot of them don't. They just pay their people. And what about my guy over here, Grant? Grant is New Outlook Window. How do you do your health insurance? Did you shop on your own?
I use Integra. I use John. Yeah, he's
cool.
great. I love him.
He's at 303-466-5500. 303-466-5500, IntegraInsurance.com. And you just heard from two of the guests today. Grant Stone, what a great name. He's in from New Outlook Window Cleaning. Oh, my God, we looked for window cleaners for so long, and he's up north, which is extra nice. Do you also come into the metro area?
We do if the deal's right.
Okay.
If we can make it work, we can get enough work, and
cool.
Yeah, we can absolutely do that.
Grand. And then, of course, Ted Rowland from K&H Home Solutions, and he brought along a buddy, Scott, and his sales manager. So let's talk. What's going on with you, John? Welcome to the show, sir. What can we do to help you?
Well, I'll tell you, Tom. Hey, after that hailstorm we had, I think it was back in July, my truck had gotten hail damage, and I've got a shell on it. So I got the truck fixed. I got the insurance check, and now I'm trying to get the shell fixed. But the credit union will not. They want all the money to go to the. Hold on a second. No,
it's okay. Keep going.
They want all the money from the check to go to the balance of the truck because there's a loan on the truck.
Right. Well, of course.
In doing that, I cannot get my shell fixed.
But let me get this straight. They totaled your truck. Is that right?
No, sir. No. I got the truck fixed. It was not a total, but the shell is a total.
I get it. Now, so the truck is completely fixed. How much was the insurance claim for the entire amount?
I believe right around $5,000.
And that's what it cost to fix it?
No, that was for the shell and the truck.
Yeah, but who determined that is what I'm saying.
Oh, Progressive.
Okay, and when so they should have taken into consideration, if you had the shell insured, how much it would cost to fix both or to replace.
They did.
Okay, so you're saying the truck was fixed, but there's not enough money for the shell?
No.
I don't
They gave me the whole thing in one check.
Okay.
And when I go to the credit union to, put the check in the bank and pay the truck, I got plenty of money. But any extra from that check...
Okay, because the credit union... Hold on. The credit union is saying, we don't finance the shell.
Right, so they want the whole check.
But hold on. All they have to be concerned about, even though they're on the check, technically, the only thing they need to be concerned about is that the truck is fixed.
Correct.
The money left over is for the shell, not for the loan balance. So correct. I don't understand why. But hold on. They made out the check to both of you. Is that right?
That's right.
Well, you have to just explain to them that it's more than just the truck that was damaged, or you have to get 2 checks from your insurance company. Did you deposit the check yet?
Well, no, they won't. I won't give it to them because they won't put it all.
Then you need your insurance company. You need your insurance company to write 2 checks because the shell is not liened. They're supposed to write the check to both. Because it's liened.
I missed it. Is his own insurance company?
It was confusing anyway. Yes, of course. It's his insurance company.
If it's his own insurance company, that might not be covered. They might not write him 2 checks.
No, well, they already did give him the amount to fix it.
So he says.
John, are you positive?
Total on the shell.
Are you positive they included the shell?
I'm positive. Yeah, you can see it on the report.
Well, then that should be enough.
2 separate checks. That's what you need. John.
Okay, so just give them a call and tell them.
And you tell them why. You tell them why.
Okay.
The liened property is separate from this property, and it's in essence what you're hoping is that they do it without 2 deductibles.
Or have the body shop actually buy and put the new topper on it.
That's a great idea, Mark. That is actually a great idea. Now, John, I want to ask you something. Don't kid a kidder. Are you trying to put money in your pocket? Just be honest.
Well,
I don't care.
There probably will be some extra.
Okay, John.
If it's due to him, no, it's still due to him. Who cares?
John, you know what? In a pure world, you're wrong, but everyone does it. In a pure world, if you get repairs done on your house or on your car for less than you are paid, first, you're supposed to pay the first amount in a deductible, not the last. So,
correct.
If you saved $1,000 and you had a $1,000 deductible, you should theoretically still have a $1,000 deductible. The way the insurance reads is you pay the first $1,000 or the first $500 or the first $2,500. Now, that being said, let's talk about savings. If the roofer gave you a discount, theoretically, legally, and all the rest of it, you should, well, I shouldn't say legally without looking at your policy and having somebody interpret that, but in most cases, if you get extra money, it in a pure world should go back to the insurance company first. And that's the way it is. So if you have extra money, you know what? It's supposed to go to the insurance company.
Unless you play the general contractor, or unless if you do some of the work yourself and
now,
value your time.
What was your deductible, John? Because I have a feeling you're not even paying your deductible.
No, I am, because they take that out before they even give you the check.
Okay. You know what? That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, so, I mean, I've already paid that. It was $500.
How much do you think will be left over, or you're not going to replace the shell? And by the way, if you don't want to replace something...
Yeah, there'll be plenty to replace the shell.
But if you don't, if it's not liened property, you're not required to... you can take the money instead, and it's not even income because it's a casualty loss. It's about time we actually define insurance losses because people are confused. If you get an insurance loss... if it's not liened, you do not have to get it fixed at all. If you have extra money, however, it's theoretically supposed to go back to insurance, except for, listen carefully, there are things called absolute damages when you have a predefined policy, or within the policy language, it talks about predefined damages, or it talks about amounts of money you get for certain things, like a site allowance. For example, if you had a roof that was not leaking or bad, they could give you a site allowance, and you can choose whether or not to get it fixed. Well, that's a bad example because it's a liened property. With liened properties, you always have to get it fixed. But site allowances, you're allowed to keep and not do anything. So anyway, here's the bottom line. Ask for 2 checks. Go and get your shell, and if you have money left over, if you want to keep it, I don't care what you do, but I'm just telling you that if you're technically it could be insurance.
Here's the funny part about him, though. It doesn't matter because he's still going to benefit. They're still going to apply it to the principal on the loan.
I know.
So no matter what, he benefits.
Yeah, he would, except he doesn't have cash. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I'm Tom Martino, and I had Centeno Schultz on yesterday. My email went absolutely nuts. That's Living Stem Cell Therapy, Centeno Schultz. And if you want living stem cell therapy, it is one of the few clinics where they extract. Now, he gave us a list of what to look for in stem cell therapy. First, MDs or doctors. Second, they extract cells on site, and they deliver with imagery, and the clinic has alternative treatments. If you can find clinics that fall into that category, go ahead. Centeno Schultz originated clinical stem cell therapy, the first in the world. 303-963-9201, CentenoSchultz.com.
This report is sponsored by 23andMe.
There's still lots of trouble spots on the Highway Drive. Got a crash being cleared eastbound I-70 near Havana on the right lane right shoulder. Crash downtown, northbound I-25 just past 8th Avenue. Been cleared off the highway, but watch out for residual backups. There's a crash involving a CDOT vehicle on the ramp from northbound 225 to westbound I-70. Off-highway rollover crash being tended to at Federal and 38th. Avoid the area if you can. The weather forecast. Going to be sunny today with a high near 50. Tonight, partly cloudy overnight and a low of 26. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a tad cooler, a high of 43. Right now, a few clouds and 41. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
Now through this Thanksgiving holiday, 23andMe Ancestry Service Kits are only $49 when you buy 2 or more. Offer ends November 22nd. Go to 23andme.com/gift and get yours today.
Bright Light Chiropractic. Finally, a chiropractor that loves doing chiropractic adjustments. Dr. Mike Hederscheit. And it is a bright light in the community of chiropractic right now. A neurological chiropractor, because he believes pinched or impinged nerves can cause the actual misalignment. Then the misalignment can screw with nerves. And then more misalignment. It's a cycle that you need to break. And he does what's called the torque release technique. It is a gentle but thorough adjustment using targeted, precise instruments that target a specific area and relieve the nerve, pain, and pressure. Full advanced neurological testing and spinal scans and low radiation digital x-rays. Bright Light Chiropractic, University and County Line Road. It's in the Promenade Shopping Center in Highlands Ranch, 720-583-4506. Finally, the real deal in chiropractic, 720-583-4506. BrightenYourFamily.com.
John Elway here. Is refinancing your home the right call? Well, an easy way to answer that question? Talk to one of the salary-based mortgage consultants at American Financing. They're going to listen to your needs, discuss your financial goals, and then customize a loan program to save you the most money. That's why they have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. I'm here with Gabby from American Financing. Tell us more.
That's right, John. We take pride in our customer service and do what it takes to help customers save up to $1,000 a month. Hi, it's Gabby Maldonado, co-founder of American Financing. If you're a homeowner, now is a great time to take advantage of low mortgage rates. You're able to consolidate high-interest credit cards and student loans into a lower-rate home loan without paying upfront fees. Best of all, you could potentially save up to $12,000 a year. What are you waiting for? Give American Financing a call today.
Call 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or AmericanFinancing.net. American Financing, Colorado's home for home loans.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
Season after season, quality's the reason people trust K&H Home Solutions.
You don't have to wait for Black Friday to get special deals from K&H Home Solutions. November is Black Friday month at K&H. 40% off windows, 40% off doors, and 40% off the best siding in the world, Everlast Siding. I'm Troubleshooter Tom Martino. These savings are extraordinary and will continue saving you money with energy.
Come on. Yep. Because he heard the ref was blowing fouls. That was great at a kid's party because they don't get it. They kind of like, oh, ha, ha, ha.
But the parents get all the parents.
But the parents get it. And then the parents give you that kind of stink eye. But the dad giggles, the mom's like, huh?
The mom's angry.
Did you give a stink eye?
Yeah.
She won't say anything right there, but when you get home,
face turns red.
That's right.
Did you hear what that son of a bitch said in front of our kids?
And you can play it off and say,
you get one or two kids that do get it. And you're like, those are the experienced kids.
You can tell the broken home in that.
There you go. There you go.
That kid got it. There's problems.
Yeah. He's going to have problems later in life.
800-960-1575. Optimatas Relief. This afternoon at 4. Don't miss the Michael Brown Show. Michael has a very special announcement. You don't want to miss.
I cannot believe they're opening no kids.
Don't miss the Michael Brown Show.
Brown, he's off at 6:30. Tom says. Oh, that's crazy. No, I think he comes back. No, maybe not. Not his fault. It's a contractual obligation.
Yeah, I know. Still.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. The Raleigh House for substance abuse, whether alcohol, prescription drugs, or illegal drugs. I'm going to dedicate this hour for some health things. We talked about centennial stem cell therapy. Let's talk about addiction. Do you know addiction is the #1 killer? Addiction and suicide, both number 1, number 2 is anywhere in there. For kids, you know, addictions start as young as 13 and 14 years old. If you suspect addiction from anyone in your circle, the Raleigh House established this line to answer questions. It's not to sign up. It's not a critical hotline. It is for information. What do I look for? How do I know it's getting worse? How do I talk to them? How much does it cost? How many treatment plans are available? What does the Raleigh House do? What about an emergency room? What about this? What about that? everything and anything confidential, understanding, and caring. 720-893-5559. And I've said this before, if you write to me, help@troubleshooter.com, I've talked to many, many, many people and got them help. And if it comes to addiction, I will personally help you to get what you need. That's help@troubleshooter.com. Now, here's the RaleighHouse.com, 720. I'm sorry, it's help@troubleshooter.com, right? Yeah. Okay, 720-893-5559. Okay, welcome to the show. By the way, we do have K&H here. So if you have any questions on, they do roofing and gutters and siding and windows and doors. That's where they're called K&H Home Solutions. Okay, so
all exterior stuff.
Yeah, all of it, right? I wish you did fencing. There must not be money in it because so many good people just don't do it. You know, Genesis Total Exteriors say they do fencing, and they will if they have time, but it's kind of like a low priority with contractors. Yet the ones who do it, there are so many rip-offs in that area, Ted.
Yeah, I'm just not familiar with that, but there's always something else you can do. We've ventured out into a few different things over the years, and
I'm wondering why you guys didn't get into insulation.
Well, we actually did.
Oh, but you did get into it, but you're not in it anymore?
No. No, it was just a product that there's definitely a need. And
is that one of the things, like, it's just, I don't know, is it not that profitable, or is it a pain in the ass, or what?
Well, for us, for the money that you make, it just didn't make sense. So, I mean, we invested in a machine, a truck, all that kind of stuff.
And it just didn't make sense?
No.
You sold everything, got out of it?
Yeah.
Huh. And again, it's one of those areas that we always fall short in.
There are companies out there. There are companies out there that specialize in that, and they do well in it because that's a focus for them.
Sure.
For us, it was kind of a sideline, and we just couldn't make it work.
K&H Home Solutions, 303-713-TALK is our number, and of course 24/7 303-MARTINO 303-627-8466.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir. And this, by the way, is Grant Stone with New Outlook Window. He's supposed to be silently observing. Go ahead.
So, when's the last time you asked yourself how a window gets dirty?
Actually,
let's say never.
Never. But hold on.
You don't think about it.
Do you know what, though? You're absolutely right. We do not think about windows.
Right.
But hold on. Just honest to goodness, hold on to that thought. It's really a good one. But I just want to ask Nancy something here, because we used to advertise for these people years ago. Nancy?
Yes.
Whenever I have advertised for people in the past, I always feel like I need to give them some extra attention if I directed them there. But you'll be honest with me. Did I direct you there, or did you find them on your own?
No, I found it on when you were talking about it.
Oh, don't tell me that. What happened with Timeshare Exit Team?
Well...
And by the way, I just want to say, we had some problems with them. They're not dishonest. I want to say this. They fell into some problems with the one law firm they were with, because they're an aggregator, and they basically are a lead generator. They pass it on to the law firm. Now, Mark, they took care of every problem we've sent to them, right?
I don't know of every problem, but...
No, I think they did on that one big...
Yeah, but if you're paying all these fees for your timeshare for 3-4 years while they're working on it, I don't know how to answer that question when you say, did they take care of it?
Well, hold on. In some cases, Mark, they refunded everything. In other cases, they went back and paid. Now, let's find out what Nancy's problem is. But I do want to say one thing. There is something about their settlement agreement that you signed that I absolutely do not like. And don't let me forget. I don't even think we've gone over this, Mark, you and I. So, Nancy, would you go ahead and tell me your problem with Timeshare Exit Team?
Well, very little communication, like none, basically.
How long has your application been in and you've been paid?
I've been paying for 1.5 years.
Okay, then... I didn't send you to them because I stopped advertising for them 4 years ago.
That's right. We moved to Finn years ago.
4 years ago. So, Nancy, I'm not trying to dispute it. I'm still going to help you because...
Yeah.
So you're saying that you went to Timeshare Exit Team and you heard me talking about it, but it wasn't 1.5 years ago. It was 4 years ago, minimum.
Well, I thought I heard it 2 years ago.
But here's what could happen. Maybe you heard it and you cataloged it, because a lot of people do that, and then they say, who was that place I heard? And no, I take responsibility if you tell me you went there because you heard me talking about them. So what can I do to help? You have had that in for a year and a half. Have you not been paying your fees for a year then?
No, I stopped, 3 or 4 months ago, I think.
Okay. When you say no communication, this is a complaint we used to get, and I thought they took care of it. So what is the problem now with the communication? Did they just stop talking to you?
Well, they never really did. I would complain, and they'd send me an email saying, well, it takes a long time.
It does take a long time, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. That's one of the problems I have with them. It takes a long time. There's another problem I have, but we're going to just take care of you. We're going to get you. Do you want a full refund?
I do, because the best they came up with was that they believe that Diamond has terminated my membership. And
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. So they have talked to you?
At the very end, yeah.
Well, and they said your membership was terminated?
They said they believed it was terminated.
Do you have that in writing?
I probably have it in an email.
Give me what you have, okay? I mean, I don't want to go calling them if they took care of it. I want to see your email, and then I personally recommend the Finn Law Group, okay? They do it, but they're not even perfect. Here's the problem. It's an imperfect field. But the problem I have with Timeshare Exit Team, it's not that they're dishonest. I don't think they are. I think that they just have problems with law firms, and they're not lawyers themselves. The Finn Law Group is a law firm, and they're on a referral list. Now, Timeshare Exit Team, here's the problem I have. In their agreement, I know it was in before, it may not be in there now. They say that they guarantee to get you out, or if they present, they no longer owe you anything if they present you with an offer and you don't accept it.
So they could say, give us
exactly
$1 million.
Right. I mean, theoretically, you're signing something that says, if we present you an offer, and if we get a settlement release offer and you refuse it, then we're done. So in other words, we guarantee to get you an offer. Well, I can guarantee right now to get anyone an offer right now. Like Mark said, just put in the offer that you'll pay $1 million. Okay? So that's not what they're doing, but they are coming up sometimes with offers that are $6 or $7 grand. And, you know, here's the thing. I want someone to personally call Suzanne. If you can please get Nancy some help. We do have someone, and they do respond.
Yes, Daphne's going to handle it.
All right.
And she might be out, it sounded like.
They do respond to us, okay? So.
And the great thing about Finn Law Group, by the way, is when you deal with Mike Finn to get out of a timeshare, you're not just dealing with an aggregator, you're dealing with the attorney.
Veronica, what is this sad story you have?
Well, to start, recently, I was let go from my job of 2 years because they closed the kindergarten program.
Were you a kindergarten teacher?
Yes, at a private school. So I decided to take the boys to Ohio to see their family on their father's side.
So you were terminated or laid off because they closed the school, right?
Well, they closed that program.
So you were terminated?
To an extent.
Do you get unemployment?
No.
Why?
Because they offered me a job in the toddler room.
Uh-huh.
So I was going to take that. But before, I went to take a vacation with my boys back in Ohio, and we were T-boned in Grandma's car.
Okay, so hold on. Were you going to take the job with the toddler program?
Yes.
Okay, you were going to take the job, but you were T-boned with your kids in a car.
Right.
Oh, that's a terrible accident. Hold on, we'll come back to you, okay? This sounds like a problem. Also, we have your problems, questions, and complaints. All you have to do is call 303-713-TALK. And I'd be remiss if I did not mention it's Election Day. Go vote. I'm not going to tell you who to vote, but I will tell you it's funny. Listen, I don't care if you like it or not. I observe things. On the Today Show today, in big bold letters on their graphics, it says, what we need or what is needed. And it showed the number of Democratic seats. I mean, just without even trying, they don't even know how to be neutral or unbiased. It says what is needed. Now, what does that mean, what is needed? It's not how Congress stands or how Republicans lose control. It was worded what is needed, and it had so many seats needed by Democrats. And I know what they meant. They meant, you know, to sway. And I am not, trust me, I don't care. I hope you see that I am observing the media. It is not a political speech, but the media is so frickin' biased. I don't even know how they pretend not to be. And the same with Fox. They're biased on the other side.
No, they're not. You haven't heard,
Mark,
you haven't heard fake news. Fake news.
Fox is biased on that side, and then everyone else is biased on the other side. I'm not arguing about that. You know Fox is biased, for God's sakes. I mean, you know, Sean Hannity, he actually got up on stage with Trump. Did you see it?
Yeah, but that's Sean Hannity's show.
Well, yeah, he's not a news anchor. Okay, we got more coming up. I'm Tom Martino. We got a lot happening here. And I told you I wanted to talk about health. I talked about Centeno Schultz. I talked about the Raleigh House. Let's talk about chiropractic. I really love Dr. Mike Hederscheit. How are you doing, Dan, in your treatment? You doing good? Give me a nod or whatever.
Oh, great. Absolutely. He above and beyond any of my expectations, really.
Really cool.
It even made me funnier.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Bright Light Chiropractic at 470 basically in University. If you're introducing yourself to chiropractic, he's an excellent choice. If you're just an old hack at chiropractic, you will love him. It's University and County Line, brightenyourfamily.com, 720-583-4506. Very affordable. $50 for a complete workup with x-rays and scans and thermal scans. And then, like, adjustments start at just $25. 720-583-4506, brightenyourfamily.com.
It's IBM.
It's somewhat of a gaming, but we don't. Just because of the video cards.
I don't play video games, by the way. That makes you feel different about it.
I don't mind. I'll play some video. Oh, those are wild shoes.
What, these?
Look at his shoes.
What? They're black. I bet you Mark could tell you where he got them.
I know exactly where he got them. First of all, look at mine. Yeah. I know exact. I'll bet you lunch I know where you got those shoes.
I don't remember where I got my shoes.
It doesn't matter.
I'll say anything.
And I'll win?
Right, yeah.
Okay, well then, I won't bet him lunch. I feel bad taking his lunch.
His lunch money.
Oh, yeah, don't take my lunch money.
It's weird. I can always tell where people bought their shoes.
Where'd you get your shoes?
I got mine on Amazon. If I buy New Balance, I get them on Amazon.
I think I went to a store.
I'll try them on at Kohl's. I'll figure out the exact one I want, then I'll buy them at Amazon. I shit you not.
What's the problem?
I shit you not.
How much do you save doing that?
These were 40. They wanted 60 plus. So
you have Prime, so it's
33%. It's pretty big, man.
You have Prime?
Oh yeah.
So it's free shipping.
Yeah.
Free 2-day, right?
Yeah.
The Graham said, just let you know, that's what, there you are. Just, and that's when you talk, that's what comes up. So just let you know.
Most of my work, though,
there's a little delay.
is Costco.
I can't buy shoes at Costco.
Not shoes.
Yeah.
Shirts. This is Costco.
Yeah. So
my jeans are Costco.
Every once in a while they get some good jeans in.
Socks, underwear,
socks. Yeah.
In fact, I'd say between Sam's Club and Costco, shit, man, 95%. Yeah.
Yeah, like he bought this vintage chair at Costco.
Costco.
Hey, it's vintage price too, right?
It's vintage.
We're going to take it back.
That's what you gave me.
Someone was gnawing on
it.
Some people get nervous in studios. You heard of biting your nails?
That little
Dan bites his chair.
A little anxious there, huh?
This made,
you guys need to throw that away.
Oh, wait a second. They could probably get extra money for that.
It did make sense.
Yeah, you should sell it on Amazon.
It's vintage.
You
should probably do it.
It's like Kramer buying vintage clothes.
Oh, small.
The rain jackets, right?
All those are the best.
So you're a big Seinfeld?
What was so? Why were they cool rain jackets?
Was it the flip?
They were beltless.
They were beltless.
But what was it called?
Oh, God. It was called the executive.
Oh,
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, boxes of them. What needed to be done to get the boxes from Florida to New York?
Oh, gosh.
Yep, but the neighbor had to do something in order to get
the house, the garage.
He had to break into the house.
The garage. Did they all have moths though?
Yeah.
No,
No, that was the cruiseware.
Okay. No, not the cruiseware.
Yes,
it was cruiseware. What did you call it? You didn't call it cruiseware. You called it, that's my.
It was his cruiseware. Well, you know nothing of
Psycho fan. Oh, I love Seinfeld. Oh, it's good, isn't it? It's
the best.
One of the best dry humor comedies ever.
It's the best, Jerry. The best.
So, Kramer, before Seinfeld, back in the early 80s, ABC put a show on called Fridays, and it was to combat Saturday Night Live. And it was just like Saturday Night Live, but it took place on Fridays. It's called Fridays. That's where he got his start. He played a little kid, grown adult though, little kid. You always see him in the backyard with mounds of dirt and army men blowing shit up. You know? Really? What was the show? It's called Fridays.
Did he have his hair still?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Cabana wear. That's what it was.
Cabana wear.
So search TV show Fridays.
I see it right here, and I see him.
Yep.
I just saw Kramer. Talk about typecast, right?
Oh, totally.
Where is he? This must be him.
How do they show him? How do they show him?
He's wearing a Speedo.
Yeah. With black socks.
And he just walks by. That's it.
It was a good show.
It's called Dick at the Beach.
He's a little skinnier in there because he's younger.
Oh my God, that is classic.
I can tell I'm doing the right thing when I get emails from both sides saying I'm ridiculous and that I favor one or the other. I love it because I just sit and laugh at all of you, at your ridiculousness and how you cling to your ideologies and you think that, yeah, it's all one way or the other. God almighty, it's just like people are so stupid. There is no such thing as one way or the other. No such thing. It's a little bit in between, and that is so boring. I understand why you don't do it. And that's why I'd make a terrible political host. Because I'd just say, well, that sounds reasonable. Or, that doesn't sound reasonable. Welcome to the show. So, Ted, welcome. I want to know something quickly. Do your windows get dirty? Don't you have, didn't I hear one time years ago, you talking about windows that get less dirty? I'm not kidding. Was I dreaming?
Yeah, it had a coating on the exterior glass that helped it sheet off.
Was it like that Rain-X stuff?
Yeah, that kind of thing.
How permanent was it?
That stuff was not permanent, but they do have a thing called neat glass now, one of the manufacturers that embeds that into the glass that helps it stay clean. And water will sheet off it.
Grant, do window coatings work? I know that I use Rain-X on my shower, and it doesn't. It's wonderful. I love that stuff.
Yeah, sometimes I think they do more damage than good.
Why? Yeah, he's with New Outlook Window Cleaning. And why? Because it just seems to repel everything on my shower.
Yeah, it does repel, but when you think about going outside your car, you're putting Rain-X on your windshield, you're wiping it off, putting it on.
Right.
When you put it on your house, you go 3-4 months with that on there.
Which means
it's probably going to get dirty, and it's just going to break down and look bad, and it needs to just be cleaned. So, I mean, I think it works for a little while, but I think, as far as longevity...
In other words,
it's a lot of maintenance.
In other words, you're not reapplying it enough for it to work.
Right. Well, I think you would have to clean it off. If you think about just putting Rain-X over and over and over, you're building up layers, and I think it's just going to get real nasty real quick.
What is it, like a wax? What the hell is
I don't
Rain-X?
know, but I know this. I use it on my helicopter because things just bead right off. I use it everywhere. I use it on my cars. I use it, but in the shower, Rolly Purifoy is the one that told me. He said, use it in your shower, and you get no soap scum, no buildup, nothing, zero, zip. Now, I never use it on a home one. I know what he's saying. He's saying if you use it and then just leave it there, eventually it's going to fade anyway, or it's going to break down.
Right.
In other words, you have to keep cleaning and reapplying, and even the directions tell you that. So it would be impractical for a house. Okay, you asked quickly, and we can't do a show on window cleaning, or I promise you, the one person
That's why I'm here.
The one or two people that will stay tuned, I can just email them. But as far as window cleaning, you asked why do windows get dirty. To me, it just sounds very, it's the elements. I mean, is there something special?
Right.
Tell me.
Well, so when you look at glass under a microscope, on a microscopic
is it
level,
porous?
it's very porous.
Oh,
like
it
your
is.
skin,
It's very
right?
porous.
Yes,
well,
very porous.
Not quite like your skin, but.
Well, it looks like your skin.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So the dirt
there are
comes
actually
in.
open cells that.
Yeah.
I would not think that.
Yeah, that's why it squeaks when you.
So technically, that's why Ant-Man can go through it, because he's small enough to go through those molecules.
No, I think it's just because he's a Marvel character.
Okay.
Or
but how does it get quickly? How does it get dirty?
So it gets dirty. Surprisingly, rain doesn't make it as dirty as you would think.
Yeah.
It's the wind and the dirt that gets blown onto the window. So what you have to do is you take an applicator with a porcupine brush, and it exfoliates that glass. So
now when you say exfoliates,
it
doesn't actually, though, take any of the glass off. Like
no, you're just getting in all those little crevices of that porous glass.
Now, the porous glass, as you say, can this porous glass be penetrated where it does permanent damage?
So when you do a scraper,
cleaners,
when you use a scraper, you're kind of scraping off just a little bit of a top layer. Tempered glass, like doors, anything 2 feet and below, I believe, is tempered. The way they make those, there's little balls of glass on top of that, like little tiny balls. When you scrape that, it'll take those balls and scratch the glass. So you can always look in the corner of the glass and see if it's tempered or not.
And you're not supposed to scrape it.
No, you use quadruple lot steel wool. So a really fine steel wool will do the same thing. You just scrub the glass with that, and it won't scratch it.
So, but glass in and of itself, are there any things you can use to keep them cleaner?
A window cleaner like me.
Yeah. So nothing really to prevent. You don't
Not
believe
really.
in anything. Okay.
No.
Anyway, if by chance there are people with questions on window cleaning, we got them here.
Can you imagine the dinner conversation with this guy?
I mean, it's stimulating. We also have, of course, K&H Home Solutions. Please, we got to work the mics. Thank you very much. Otherwise, I get an echo. So, Veronica, on a less important note than windows, you lost your house, lost your job, lost your car, and I'm not kidding. This is terrible. Is that true? I mean, did all of this happen to you?
Well, everything else but the house.
Okay.
And that's why I'm reaching out for help.
All right. Let's
house.
talk about this. We often talk about helping people before they fell off the cliff. So let's talk about this. You're a kindergarten teacher. You were terminated. However, you were offered a job in the toddler program, but you got injured in a T-boned accident with you and your kids. Is that it so far?
Yes.
Okay. And how injured are you?
Well, my shoulder was pretty much on the verge of needing surgery.
Oh, my gosh.
We did physical therapy and chiropractic and all of that, and my shoulder is fine now. But
how long ago was the accident?
Back in July.
Okay, so tell me, where do you stand right now? You said you're going to lose your home?
Yes.
Are you working?
I recently started a job about a month ago.
Excellent.
And I had called the home preservation team through Wells Fargo, and they denied me because of the bankruptcy that I had to claim a couple of years ago after my husband left.
Okay, your husband left you in a bad way, and you declared it's Chapter 7?
Chapter 13, so that I could keep the house.
Ooh, she was on a payment plan, it sounds like.
Did you get through the payment plan? That's what I need to know.
I'm about a year and a half into it.
But are you going to complete your payment plan?
That's the hope, if I don't lose my house.
Okay, so in that payment plan, how much of the house was put in there as far as the arrearage? Do you remember the amount you were working off?
I think that part was only a month or two.
Oh, really? Well, why would you do a 13 with only a month or two behind? Were you that desperate?
Yes.
And
my ex-husband left me with 70 to 80 grand in debt.
Yeah, so you got rid of a lot of debt, but you saved your house. Is that what it is?
Right.
And who did your Chapter 13?
John McLaughlin.
Okay. And you have no complaints there as far as your 13. You're into a 13 and you're trying to pay it off.
Right.
Okay, so what is your situation you're calling about?
Well, the home preservation team declined me because of...
I understand. Yeah, okay.
So I've been trying to come up with ways to make a little extra money.
Well, tell me what's going on. How far behind are you?
Now I'm 6 months or 5 months because I just made the November payment, which was part of the stipulation that I had to pay.
So you are 5 months behind because you were out of work.
Right.
How much to cure this all right now?
3318 is what they want by the 15th.
33,000?
Or no, 3,300. Sorry.
Okay. 3,300, and then what about your other bills? How are you staying up on food and all of that?
Luckily, I was able to apply for food stamps.
Good. And are you on Medicaid? Are you on Medicaid? Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got medical, we got food. What about transportation?
Well, my one car decided to throw a rod, and then about 2 weeks later, my backup vehicle decided to throw the transmission.
So you have no transportation.
I had to take my last paycheck and go buy the best running jalopy that I could find.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
I already did. God. I had to. I live out east. I can't ride a bus. I can't pay for an Uber.
Veronica, we could have gotten you a car. It's too late now. So when did you buy that car?
Maybe a week and a half ago.
Yeah. What did you pay for it?
$1,000.
It's going to quit soon, probably. But anyway, okay. Hold on while we contemplate what we do.
I still don't know what she's looking for.
Well, she's looking for help.
$3,300.
She's looking for help. I mean, some kind of help. Let's talk about it. We talk about helping people. Let's see if we can. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Wow. It's kind of sad, isn't it? Okay, let's talk ideal home loans for your next ideal home loan. We talked about home loans. She talked about how a Chapter 13 was getting her to save her home. What ideal home loans can do is they can teach you how to do a smart loan. That's a loan that will keep you liquid because they look at your situation. You can pick any term you want. You're not strapped to one term. You can pick it and choose it. You can then pick a program for little money down, more money down. You can also find something like an accelerated loan if you want to get paid off faster. They can show you how to use the equity in your home if you need it to get out of trouble and then pay that part back faster. Ideal Home Loans is way more than just a lender. They can help you with your plan to use your equity. They can help you also to do a pre-approval if you're going out shopping, so it's like a cash deal. When it comes to loans, yeah, it's the ideal home loan that will fit you. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000.
Church or something, because a lot of times, you know...
I still don't understand what she's looking for.
She's looking for money, Mark. That's
what it sounds like she's trying to...
Did she hang up? She hung up?
I let her go, but I put her back. I thought you were done. I said, we'll powwow and figure out how to help. This is so sad. So she was in one accident while she was pregnant. Baby was born stillborn. A month later, finds her husband with her best friend, and best friend's pregnant with her husband's baby. And then she moves, gets in that T-bone accident. I mean,
okay. Get her on, and let's sum it up.
Does she have a job now?
Yes, she found a job.
She's got a job.
You know, I really, truly mean this. When people have a storm,
an abundancy,
when they have a storm of problems, it's a shower of problems. It's them. Of course, it's them. I don't know why I say that, but it's them because things just don't always happen to people for no reason. There's something going on. I've seen people, and there are patterns, and I don't know why. I'm not saying it's something mystical even, but I know there are people that I swear to God nothing good happens. It's
they put themselves in a situation that causes a problem.
It's their tiny little decisions on a day-to-day basis. They look normal. Everything looks normal. Is there anything you want to talk about?
We do have a special, extra 5%,
What is it?
extra 5% off of windows, doors.
That's in addition to the 40.
That's
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that's for your listeners through the end of the week.
We've got Seinfeld trivia question. Is it Seinfeld?
What is that?
Elaine was bragging.
Why, is she in Seinfeld?
Yeah.
Is
Probably
that
not as much as us.
Absolutely not as much, but I mean, I'm there with it.
Okay.
I can remember.
Really, when Jerry does this, what is he talking about?
It's pronounced Besanson, so the C sounds like an S.
Correct.
In his apartment.
I think the CIA.
Stand up. I think you did stand up.
Yeah, well,
He does a stand
pronounce that, would you?
I think you only did it when he
Oh, you're saying at the beginning or
This one.
What does he mean when he does that?
I can see him doing it. What does it mean?
He's vacuuming.
Right. That's
That is true. That is true. That is vacuuming.
He says I don't know why when people talk about homosexuals or gay people they do something like this. He says really, what does this mean? He says if they don't go both ways.
I'm having her send you an email.
This doesn't work if they don't
she's
go
sending
both
it
ways.
to the wrong
He
address
says,
or something.
Why don't they just do something that really applies? Like, all the gay people I know are neat freaks and clean freaks, so why not just use a vacuum?
And that was the same show where Jerry, they thought him and George were gay.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And they said, you know, a lot of people thought
DVD thing.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, so right.
So how about when the show was Mel Torme? Remember when Kramer got the dental work done, and he thought he was.
I don't remember.
So
he thought he was special.
Yeah, he thought he was special.
But then not only that, because that, but
and
also
Jerry goes, well, he is.
But also because of what? His shoes that he's wearing.
Right.
Oh, who did he buy his shoes from?
Jimmy.
Jimmy, that's
And
right.
what did Jimmy always do?
Oh, God.
Talk in third person. Jimmy's getting mad, Kramer.
Jimmy likes Elaine.
Jimmy likes Elaine.
Is that the show where they had squeaky shoes?
No, I had the shoes that are supposed to make you jump higher.
Right, but wasn't there one that was squeaky shoes too?
Squeaky shoes.
I thought.
George had that.
Yeah, he would walk and go.
That was the suit.
That was the suit?
Yeah, the suit made that sound and stuff with that.
There's so many funny episodes.
Oh my
They're
God.
up in New England, and Kramer comes back with all the lobster.
Oh God, you won't believe it! All this
free lobster.
That's the one where he's like,
I was in the pool.
Oh, that was
the shrinkage.
Shrinkage
The
one.
pool. The pool.
He walks in.
Yeah, they ask Elaine, does women know about shrinkage?
Tom Martino here. Okay, so Veronica, we're going to sum up your story, and I don't think people are going to believe it. And my God, I don't mean to make light of it, but Suzanne, you talked to her.
It's crazy, Tom.
So what happened first?
So 3.5 years ago, she was 16 weeks pregnant when she was hit in the school parking lot by a lady who had no insurance. And then 11 weeks later, her little baby was born stillborn.
Oh my God!
Then
How long ago was that?
3.5 years ago.
Oh my God! And did they think that your baby was stillborn because of the accident?
Yes, but proving it is
well, of course,
more and more difficult.
Anyway, what else?
And then
it's
a few
too late
months
now.
after
Anyway,
that, her husband leaves her, and she finds that he's with her best friend, and she's knocked up a month.
By the husband?
Yeah. I just feel so bad for Veronica.
She loses a child from an accident. Her husband leaves her and knocks up her best friend. I hate that expression, knocking up. But, okay,
sorry,
then
Tom.
what? No, it's okay. I used it. What else? Then what, Suzanne?
Well, this gets a little strange, Veronica, but then I read that you finally decided to move on from the marriage and all that stuff, and you met up with someone in a downtown area where you were drugged, and in a flight for life where you received a DUI?
Now, wait a minute. Hold on.
Yes.
She hooked up with somebody, meaning like a guy?
I went to meet somebody, yes.
Okay. And what, from social media or something, or Tinder?
Unfortunately, it was a dating app.
Okay, well, I don't say unfortunately. You're lonely and you have a dating app. I mean, it's not, I don't know why people are just ashamed to admit it. If you're lonely and you go on a dating app, it doesn't mean you're a pervert. So you met somebody. What happened? Did that person drug you?
Yes.
Like a roofie?
something.
How do you know that?
I don't remember the night.
Okay.
Because I remember going to the bathroom and calling my dad to let him know something wasn't right.
Okay, and then after you talked to your dad, then what happened?
I don't know. Everything blacked out.
How did you end up in flight? Was it Flight for Life, did you say, or an ambulance?
I was, the only thing I can come up with was that it was the fight or flight.
But where did you end up? After, where did you wake up? Were you in an ambulance or a helicopter? I don't know.
No,
she's saying she had
my
to.
Sister's house the next day.
Oh, so Suzanne, what about an ambulance you told me about? What's that all about? What?
That was the accident 3 months ago.
Okay, hold on. So Veronica,
so there was a second accident.
But right
Tom.
now, you woke up at your sister's house after being roofied from a dating app guy, and then what happened after that? You weren't pregnant from that.
My car was totaled, and I had
Wait,
gotten
your
a
car was
DUI.
totaled. Wait. So after you woke up at your sister's house after being roofied, that's after losing a child and after losing your husband to your best friend, you were roofied and ended up at your sister's house. And then when did this other accident happen?
Last July.
Last July, this past July.
Yes.
And then you got a DUI.
The one 3.5 years ago, yes.
I lost track.
I don't know.
She said she had one in July.
But she's a Democrat.
Hold on, just hold on a second. Seriously, hold on. Revital.
So this piece is when she got roofied, she was fleeing.
Yeah, she was called a flight for her life. Flight for her life.
But hold on a second.
Right.
Not a flight for life.
No, I understand that.
Flight for
So wait, let's be really careful how we joke about it.
Well, here's another thing, though. She said,
I don't think she has a license.
The other one is the practice manager. Veronica using hormones and also battling age. People call it age management. I call it.
I don't think she's got a license.
They do a great job. They also have Botox. They have college.
She got a DUI.
And more.
That was way back then.
Way back when? This is 6/6/18. This is like 3 months ago.
No. 3.5 years ago.
Okay, well then I guess Colorado courts is full of shit. Because her ass just got a DUI and her sentence date was 9/4/18.
That was her sentence date. When was the charge?
6/6/18.
After she lost
She
the child.
pleaded guilty on 6/6/18.
So I'm trying to understand, when she was fleeing for her life, she got in an accident. She was probably, she ended up with
she didn't get in an accident. She just got a DUI.
She just got a DUI, but she ended up back at her sister's.
No insurance. 311.
Oh, you looked all this up?
And she failed to, that accident. When did she say she was in the accident?
July.
It's not making sense.
Guess what?
None of it's
Her accident.
None of this is making sense. on
Her
the
accident
timeline.
she caused because she had failure to
When
yield.
was that one?
Yeah.
No
In the
insurance.
parking lot? Mark, give me dates.
Yeah, Mark.
3/11/18.
No, I'm talking about years ago. Do you have anything years ago?
Yeah, there's all kinds of.
Well, let's go through it chronologically for me, please.
In 2014.
Just hold on. Please go through it chronologically, though, and let's go through it. What do you got?
Well, let me go back.
Could you live with you
Okay.
for a while?
Yes.
5/10/16. She got driving under the influence.
In DUI?
DUI.
In 2016. Jesus. Right?
Plea date is 5/10/16. Offensive date 8/30/15. She pleaded guilty on 5/10.
So hopefully
Okay, got it.
Sure, you helping make this sense
Then,
for Tom?
hold on. Then what? Well, she had a DUI back in 2016.
Yeah.
And then what? And then what?
I don't know the exact date.
Go ahead, Mark.
Okay,
Mark
then-
is doing this. Go ahead.
Then
Mark.
on 3/11.
I need scrap paper when you get
Okay, I'll get some.
No insurance. Hold on, these are all. So
But Mark, give me dates because this is great. I need this chronological stuff like you're doing, okay?
Okay, well, the next big one that really means anything.
No, I mean,
is another DUI.
Okay, this is what I want. So the first offense we have is back in 2016, right?
15. She pleaded guilty in 16.
Okay.
And then driving while ability impaired, another DUI. Let me find the 3/11/18
was another DUI.
Was the offense date 3/11/18?
But what else?
She pleaded guilty.
So here's testing your. What is this picture showing?
But Mark, there's a bunch in between.
Yeah, but I think they're all related to this.
They were just speeding. They were speeding.
But in 2015, she got a DUI.
And then another one.
When did that car accident happen?
The only thing I can guess is that's part of 3/11/18.
When did the car accident happen in the parking lot? When was that? That was before the DUI.
Right. There was a car accident. She lost baby. Went off the rails with the guy downtown. They've gotten another car accident.
Oxygen. Scanner for
Car accidents.
3 car accidents.
2, as far as I
know. No, because she got one just a little while ago, and then she had one 3.5 years ago.
That's 2.
And then she had one in 2014, you said.
I think that's the first one. I didn't know.
This doesn't go, this would be just Colorado, so that last one must have been in a different state.
That was in Ohio.
When did she lose her husband?
Ohio.
She went to see she got to get back to see her.
Here's the main problem right now. It looks like she has no license right
but
now.
Mark, I need a timeline like when she lost her husband.
We have none of that. All I've got is Colorado.
Her letter does.
She needs to give us a timeline. Where's her letter? I'm sorry.
They have 3,000
This is crazy.
Well, it's really inconsistent.
Oh, it's beyond.
It's just ridiculous.
Troubleshooter. Rates are going up. How do you protect your home if times get tough again?
Okay,
You can't read it. He's not going to.
All right.
You can't. You're going to hang yourself by the time you're done.
Do they allow you to access your equity for that unexpected emergency?
Good reading for
Take
tonight.
affordable interest mortgage. 720-895-0500. Thousands have learned how to become mortgage safe by not continuing to pay compound interest. That's interest on interest. Why continue to pay over 70% of what you borrow back to the bank in excessive interest?
She said she was divorced in 2015
but on your home faster, pay simple interest and
the
save
dissolving of the marriage
paying principal first.
on
Everything
her
I mentioned can be done with one loan. With home values
December
going up, now is the time to become mortgage safe. Protect your home and your family. Take aim. Locally owned and operated broker since 2001.
Yeah.
Affordable interest.
Do you want me to go look and see what 2014? The only thing that I saw in 2014 was the
Today is the day you break the stranglehold of addiction. You and your family can't lose another precious day to this horrible disease. If you or someone you know is abusing alcohol, prescription drugs, hard illegal drugs, or if it's a mental health issue, anxiety, depression, or trauma related to substance abuse,
this woman,
you're not alone. There's help. Call the Raleigh House today. They've established a special number to address your concerns. 720-893-5559. That's 720-893-5559.
I hate to say that, but
Your addiction recovery program located here in Colorado. You'll speak to someone local about different treatment options. All evidence-based treatments designed to help reduce substance abuse. No more excuses, no more denials. Get the help you need.
Well, you get stories
Insurance covers the cost. Call today for a free, no obligation consultation. The Raleigh House, 720-893-5559. 720-893-5559. Call
We're not going to do this yet.
So that convenience of just pulling open a bag of formulated cereal bits that cost a ton of money anyway. How do you feed your dog? Provide energy, but a good coat, bright eyes, and a great attitude.
Come to Dynavite. No.
We have a guy that does it for us. Yeah.
But you started diet on dynamite.com with just the raw meat and the eggs and the
right.
and the omega on top of it.
Try omega fish oil.
Buy two.
I had a
Get
friend
one
out
free.
reading that I can't stand reading this on.
Including the shells and the dynamite supplement and the
She says in July she had the ad in Ohio.
Oh, we don't do garam master anymore. We haven't done garam master in years.
Every single dog in my kennel looks better than they have
We're
ever
sort of in between stuff.
Here, it says that they look at this here. So she says her shoulder's going
because it's
in
simple.
July she had the accident. She says,
Myself
almost ripped her tater cuff off.
Thank you. That's the right spot now.
You get a text iHeartRadio info.
Long Cleveland Blues. Like, if you have minimums on how much we'll do. Somebody, minimum length. So 100 things like that. Okay, because we get people that will think that they just...
We never talk about anything negative.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. Brought to you by this hour, Century RV. For your next RV, or if you're thinking about an RV. This is a consumer advocacy show. I ask that you hang with us because we are going to help. I promise you. We have to get details about situations. Renee, please don't hang up on that lifetime warranty on a car. I got to figure out what that's about. And Riley, I know you've been waiting a long time, a predatory landlord. Steve has a concrete problem. We have with us a new referral list member, New Outlook Window Cleaning. He's here hanging out with his lovely wife, and her name's Brianna. By the way, she does the massage. We're going to try to get some upper body massages, chair massage after the show. Huh? Mark, you going to do it? Cool.
No.
Okay. Mark, you're a killjoy.
You
anyway,
better.
Who cares? So Ted is with us. Ted Rowland. I've known Ted more than 30 years. He's K&H Home Solutions, and it used to be K&H Window. He took it over from the original owner. This is a 62-year-old company, and I've been advertising 40% off their siding, windows, and doors, and now we're going to add another 5% for today if you mention Martino. That's 45% off. And honest to God, though, when they do this, they don't mark up prices and then mark them back down. We do not do that. They do not do that. So that's K&H Home Solutions.
Hey, Tom?
Yeah.
We're actually going to do that till the end of the week.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
But they have to mention they heard it, obviously.
Exactly.
You're not going to offer, you'll give them the 40% off.
Correct.
But if they want that extra 5%, they say, I heard there's an extra 5%, and you can do it for the rest of the week. You don't have to have the appointment this week. You have to make it this week. All right, so listen. We're talking to Veronica, and I'm going to get to Veronica now. Veronica, you know, I have to just say this straight up, okay, dear? We need chronological, accurate information, no matter what kind of a picture it paints. We need it. We really need it in order to help you. And I got all confused, so I want to simplify things. And then, okay, so as we see on some of these records, your first problem, that accident happened where afterwards you lost a baby. Was that in 2014?
Yes.
But did the DUI come at that accident or before or after that accident?
After.
Okay, was it as a result of that accident or a totally separate thing?
Well, my husband, I don't think, would have slept with my best friend and knocked her up and left had we not lost the baby.
Okay, but hold on. So you were going through a rough time is what you're saying. So you had a parking lot accident, and that parking lot accident, you lost your baby after that. When did you lose the baby? What year?
2015.
And I hate to talk about this so casually. Here's the thing. I just want to do this to get the facts down. My heart goes out to you, Veronica. I don't know how you're holding it together, but here's what we have. An accident in 2014, but records show you were divorced in 2014 after that accident and before the child was lost.
No, that was right after, sorry.
What was right after, dear?
The divorce was right after we lost my... Okay, so
but the records show
February.
The records show you were divorced in December. That you filed in December.
Right. We lost him. We lost him in May. And my husband left in August.
Oh, and then you divorced in December of 2014.
Yes. 15.
Okay, that's what doesn't make sense. I hate to belabor this, but the parking lot accident was 2014, and you lost...
2015. In February of 2015.
Okay, I'm sorry. 2015.
No,
that makes sense, Tom.
All right.
Then losing the baby in May, 11 weeks later.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yes. So that was the accident, and then you lost your baby in 2015 in May, right?
Right.
Okay, so in May... You lost the baby. Oh my God! And then your husband left. Your husband left in August of 2015, right?
Right.
Okay, and then you were divorced
by December
of 2015. I'm sorry. Somebody told me a wrong date.
And then a DUI in August.
And your
15.
husband
of 2015.
Your husband. So we had nothing in 2014 then, Mark. Nothing. Right? You said there was a DUI in 2000.
It was in a different state.
Okay.
I have no idea what happened prior to 15.
So, but in 2014, you had a DUI somewhere else, right?
No. 2015 was my first DUI.
Okay. So, so now let me get this straight. The accident in February 15, you lost your child in May of 2015. Your husband left you in August of 2015. You were divorced in December of 2015. Meanwhile, he knocked up your best friend. That's a terrible story. Now, after 2015, walk me through the following year. What happened in 2016? Anything?
Yes.
What? Quickly.
I had dated a guy who...
roofied you. When did he is that the guy that roofied you? Oh, this is another guy.
No, this is a different one.
All right. And what happened there?
After a couple of weeks, he became very controlling and very scary.
What month was that in 2016?
I want to say that was around March.
Okay, so hold on. So you dated a guy, but what does this have to do with anything in the course? What did he do? What happened?
Because after I kicked him out, he complained about not being able to work and everything else, so I let him borrow my Suburban back then.
And what happened?
Which he stole along with a bunch of tillers and tractors and snowblowers and everything else that he needed to do work for, and he was going to pay me rent basically on all of it, and he never did.
And then what happened after that? What happened? Okay, so we had a bad boyfriend, but then what?
He ripped apart my Suburban,
okay,
and it was totaled.
Okay.
Shortly after that, I had a friend come to me and ask for help because they were losing their children, because they were losing their apartment.
And then when was that? In 2015? 16, I mean?
16.
And then what happened then? You helped a friend.
I helped them get their kids back and everything else.
And what did that do to you?
They never paid me anything. They stole all of the Christmas gifts 3 days before Christmas.
Okay, what else then in 2016? I hate to just go this fast, but
yeah.
Okay.
So they ripped me off appliances, everything.
Okay. How about 17?
Reset me.
What happened in 2017?
2017, I've just been trying to keep everything together. And
were there any accidents or anything in 2017?
No.
What happened in 2018?
Is
that when you were roofied?
No.
When were you roofied?
That was August in 15, the end of August.
In 15. You left that out in 2015.
No, that was the DUI. I was roofied and woke up at my sister's house with a DUI.
And when was that DUI? In 2015 was the DUI?
Yes.
Well, you totally left it out because I'm taking copious notes here. So when in 2015 was it?
The end of August.
Yeah,
after your husband
did
left.
talk about it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's when you were roofied and got a DUI.
Yes.
How did you get a DUI if you woke up at your sister's house? I don't understand. You said you were roofied.
When I blacked out was right after I called my dad, and somewhere in between there, after talking to witnesses and everything else, I had taken off and got in my car.
And they gave you a DUI, right? Well, they would not. If you were that crap-faced and you woke up on your sister's, that you would have been in jail. So how did you wake up at your sister's after getting a DUI when you didn't even know where you were?
My dad told me they released me to him at about 3:30 that morning.
I got it. Okay. So, all right. So in 2018, what happened in this year?
2018.
And for those people right now hanging themselves or shooting themselves in the head, hang on because the story's not over. Go ahead. Then what?
I was about a month away from getting rid of my interlock when they told me that I had gotten pulled over.
Did you get another DUI? Just say that. Did you get another one? Another DUI. Okay. And then what?
Yes.
Okay, I understand. Then what? What else?
Did all the work release and everything for that, which is when my Scion decided to throw a rod.
Okay, then your engine blew. Engine blew.
Yep.
Okay, now I understand.
Blew.
So we got it straight then. So your engine blew, and then you had a foreclosure starting. You were behind, and you got caught up. You did a bankruptcy. When was all that?
I started the bankruptcy a year and a half ago. So I guess in 2017, that's what happened.
Okay, 2017, the bankruptcy. But But right now, you're in a bankruptcy plan, and you're still behind on your house. You got one bankruptcy to stop a foreclosure, and now you're another how many months behind now?
5.
Okay. Now, I'm going to say stuff, and I hope to God you listen, because I really want to help you. But I really want to help you. Hang on, all right? Just hang on. Riley, just really quick so we can start working on your problem. Tell me about your landlord in just a little while. I'm over time, but what about your landlord? What are you complaining about so we can get at least started?
Sure, Tom. So I moved into my house in Cherry Creek March 1st.
Yeah.
Of this year, 2018. It's been about 7 or 8 months.
Okay.
When I first moved in, it was a weird situation, but it was a beautiful home. We decided it was perfect for our family. There was a mother-in-law house behind the house that I occupied, the main house.
Gotcha.
It was strange. I had to split utilities with the woman that lived back there. I thought, fair enough, she's nice. I'll take a check from her to pay the utilities.
And what's the
problem? About a week or two after I moved in, I had the city inspector knock on my door. She said, do you live here? Yes. Do you have someone living in the back? Yes. Are you on the same lease? No. She said, I really wish you hadn't told me that. It's illegal. This is a single-family residence. It cannot be rented to 2 separate people.
All right, hold on. Now I understand. Hold on. Sure. Dan, can you talk to her off the air, or is Deputy Daff around? Maybe we can recruit her unless she's out running errands. We have more coming up. Listen, it's a crazy day, but I promise we're going to follow you up on all of these. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. GoCamSolar.com for solar. Now, GoCamSolar.com is the website. Put a slash and then Troubleshooter after it. You'll get a form to fill out, and this solar company will give you an analysis of what your lot will produce in solar energy over a 20-year period. Why does that matter? Because not all lots are the same. You decide if it's worth going forward, because you're going to buy the system. You immediately start making payments, no money out of pocket, but those payments will save you on electric. So it's kind of like you're just transferring who you're paying, but eventually you own that solar system, and then you will have no energy payments, theoretically, if your lot is really worth it. And you find out here. Go camsolar.com/troubleshooter.
Understand, she was just sentenced on this last DUI. She was sentenced on 9/4.
We're Mile High City freeway system. Pretty good shape right now.
She's made a lot of bad decisions. Here's the good news, though, guys. She's single.
In that ramp, northbound 225, westbound.
Let's go.
You're single?
Yeah.
She might be looking for a sugar daddy.
Come on. Sign me up. It's part of our endorsement services.
It's only going to cost you $3,318.
Just to start. Oh, I'm sure that'll be the end of it. I would assume she is not
I'm just waiting for her to get through this kind of crowd. So, it's kind of hard to just stuff in there. I'm just talking generally, just notice, the holiday features. This is really the best time to show the person. I know. But it's not selling.
Yes, you can jump in.
Jump in.
Hey, does this seriously? I mean it. I might.
Yeah.
You'll be able to time it.
You have on this earth for a paycheck. This is Dave Logan. You know, my friends at Online Trading Academy have been teaching powerful.
What do you think, guys? You think House and Senate
for over 20 years? Sign up now for a free half-day.
Well, first and foremost, I don't believe anything that's being said right now about where anything's going.
I know the polls are so off last round.
So, where the chips are going to fall, where they're going to fall. It really depends on who gets out there, who shows up.
And in what areas?
Not just a cover.
I
think the house new orthodontics for adults at Aurora Orthodontics.
I'll be happy if it goes that way at this point.
A number of things: a narrow palate, jaw alignment, or neuromuscular problems. A defect or an injury, or a combination of things.
Well, they're forced to work together, although I don't even know if they do that anymore.
Well, last time they didn't.
That's what I mean. I don't know what they do. I've always said you toss all their asses out every 4 years. Just like the president. You got to re-vote every 4 years, 2 terms tops. In fact, I'd even argue 8 years on the Senate and House. It's not what our fathers were looking for.
No, not at all.
They were looking for me to go up there for a couple of years. I come back and tag team the next guy.
We raised $3,500 for a charity last night. One of our helicopter rides.
Oh, that's cool.
$3,500. That's Aurora Orthodontics on my
That's a lot of.
Where you put the helicopter out?
That's a lot of help.
I have a hanger there.
I recently learned that the
I'm thinking about getting out of aviation
online. As a small business owner without a website,
just thinking about it. I'm just thinking, I'm 65. I love flying. I love it. But I don't have anybody to do it. I mean, my wife doesn't like it. My kids don't like it. I have 3 aircraft and a hangar, and honestly,
Before you quit, I gotta go for a ride with you.
no, I will. And then so I have a helicopter, 2 airplanes, and I love them. I don't have time to fly all, but at the same time, I got 3 annuals to worry about. That's every 3 months. Or every 4 months I have. Right. And then AD, service calls, hangar upkeep. I mean, I own the hangar, but just the land is $600 a month.
Still, the cost of staying in it. How many people listen and cheap?
Like today, do you know how many people are listening
Well,
to the station?
there's 2 kinds of listening. There's an average quarter hour.
Ideal Home Loans
There's
has
an
a
average
program
quarter
that
hour. It
helps
helps
you
with
with
queue.
debt consolidation.
There's 2 different kinds. The queue will be $1 million, but the queue possible. But the average quarter hour can fluctuate from 25 to 60. You know, and
And
then
it changes constantly, and then we still have the
then
iHeart
the
app.
streams. It's a whole separate audience. I have one of these streams just on the screen. It was 70,000. There's no rhyme or reason, and it goes on for years. It's really weird.
Do you know Queen played their first show in
Yes.
Colorado in Regis?
Yeah.
Regis College. It's university now, but it was college.
That was their U.S. tour.
Did you know the Monkees outsold the Beatles in '67?
I didn't.
Did you guys know that?
I knew that they had a period there where they hit a popularity
It's
level.
actually
They outsold Rolling Stones
Yeah.
and the Beatles in
But he
'67.
won't.
He can say whatever he wants.
Yeah.
It is absolutely true.
No, I didn't know which year it was, but I knew that they had a
It
period.
was when the TV show
Yeah.
launched. They crushed them.
Well, you've got to be a believer.
Queen movie?
They said,
You know what? You guys, as musicians, if you were musicians, sound like assholes, but you're not musicians.
it's not our fault they outsold them. Really?
And I'm a huge Beatles fan.
Yellow Submarine.
Tom Martino
here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Now listen, I got to get to this. We're working on this landlord thing with Riley. We got to figure this out because they could be screwed there. Not being able to rent out 2 places and a mother-in-law place is on the property. But let's get back. And people, I think that from the remarks we're getting about Veronica, it's twofold. People saying, oh, the poor woman, other people saying, look, there's no way in hell one person can attract this much bad. And I agree. Now, Veronica, I want to tell you something. I can't look at you and say, you did this to yourself and all of this is your fault. But I will say this. There are people in life that attract problems. And it seems like their entire life is showered with problems. You just, everyone that I'm talking to right now, you have someone, you know someone, nothing ever goes right. And if you talk to those people, and Veronica, I'm not talking about you right now, I'm talking about those people, and I mean this, they will always have a story for each and everything. And you'll say to yourself, oh my God, I believe it. And it's never their fault. Everyone else does them wrong. Everyone else has a problem. Then you have to start asking yourself, is that possible? And I say, no, it's not. And here's what I have found and why I can't find anything wrong with you. Maybe a few choices, but here's what happens. There are tiny, tiny little choices that you make. It could be so tiny, and those eventually have a cumulative effect on a bigger choice or on something that happens, and it eventually caves in, and we wonder, what did we do wrong? And it's always traced, always, to something people did. Always. First, I can discern from you right now that you have a drinking problem, okay? And that you have to deal with. You have a drinking problem. And you also, I don't know about your choices in men and stuff, but it's almost sad. This story is sad. And if it wasn't for your 3 boys, I would say, you know what? Good luck to you, Veronica. Pull your life together. I want to try to help you if we can, but you have so many problems. I don't even know where to start.
Do you have a license, Veronica?
You don't even have a license, do you?
No.
So a car will do you no good.
But but I want to point out, she just said she spent $1,000 on a car. So we know she doesn't have insurance. She doesn't have a license. What do we want to do? Give her money so she can get drunk again? My God, Veronica, what is the issue? Why are you driving around?
I don't think, Veronica, you didn't call to be hollered at, by the way. I don't think we can save your home. I don't think we can, because it's more than the $3,300. It's way more. You have to maintain your Chapter 13 bankruptcy while at the same time stay current on your mortgage. What is your income right now?
I make $14 an hour, a little over 40 hours a week.
So have you taken home a check yet?
Yes.
How much was it, the check you took home?
They've ranged between 12 and 14.
Every 2 weeks?
13th, well, the 13th and the 28th.
Well, okay, so 2 times, so about $2,400 a month.
Right.
What is your house payment?
$660.
Okay, so do you think you can maintain? Do you think you can maintain that your level right now? Yeah, I don't even know what you're doing about a car, because eventually you're going to get caught, you know.
No, I have friends and my boyfriend drives me around.
You have a boyfriend now?
Yes.
Does he work?
Well, when the tranny went out, he was no longer able to get to work.
My God, you're beating your head against the wall.
I know,
over
Veronica. You know what? I'm not going. Here's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to beat you up and have you feel bad and all of that on the air to make good radio.
She needs to have tough love at some point,
but
though.
Veronica,
she's got to change decisions.
Your life is a complete mess, Veronica. It is, and even your boyfriend doesn't have a job because of the transmission. You don't blame a transmission for a job. For God's sakes, right now with Uber and Lyft, there is no reason someone cannot get to work, because you're always going to make more.
$80 a day.
What's that?
$80 a day.
It doesn't matter.
Where we live.
Public transportation. Veronica, listen. Here's what Veronica is doing. When I bring up something that is wrong, she'll go around it as to why it's the only thing she could do. People paint themselves into a corner in order for me to say, oh my God, I guess she's right. There's only one way out, her way. But that's not what it is. So, Veronica, we will brainstorm this, but I don't think you're going to get help anywhere. I think you are prime, and it would be a service to take your children from you and put them in foster homes. It would be a service, and then you could work on yourself to get them back. I know that sounds terrible, and you know what? I really mean it. Your children should go into foster care with a loving Now, the foster care system in and of itself can be drastic and terrible. But maybe you have a family member that can help. But you're not going to get help. And a boyfriend right now that's not working is an anchor. I don't understand the choices you're making.
2 DUIs,
just don't understand.
2.5 years. And she just bought a car.
And right, 2 DUIs, 2.5 years. She just bought a car. She doesn't have money. She's in a Chapter 13 that's going to fail. I'd like to call winkandwink.com.
There's nothing. She just filed.
I want them to pull her file so we can find out the state she was in. 303-410-1720. And by the way, anyone in trouble can use them to restructure debt. But once you do that, you have to live by it. Mark had a saying. I don't like the saying. You can't cure or you can't help stupid. Now, Veronica, like I said, you didn't call to get a mouthful from me, but you're making so many bad choices, and it's not fair to then come and say, I need help. You needed help years and years ago. And I just feel I feel badly. Okay, I do. or feel bad, however the hell you want to put it. But the deal is, you did it to yourself. Your choices put you where you are. So if anyone has a suggestion, I want you to call me, please. Please. Really. Maybe group thought helps. You know, group funding? Well, how about group thought? There might be a solution. You know, I'm sometimes myopic. I'm sometimes so focused on what went wrong, I don't see the way out. So if you have a way out, call me. We get these problems all the time. Help me out. Call me, please. 303-MARTINO, you can get right through. 303-627-8466. Now, Riley, Deputy Dan, did you take Riley's information on that predatory landlord? And I don't know why she's calling it predatory.
Yes.
Now, the landlord should not have written 2 leases. And this is going to put them in a bad way. Did you call?
So in a nutshell, then she ended up renting to a business, the mother-in-law house to a business, and then the landlord broke her lease.
Broke the lease with Riley?
Riley, correct. And she wants...
Riley out?
She wants Riley's out, and so Riley wants her deposit back. And
of course.
The money for the lease, too.
And what is it? What do you mean? Should she prepay for the lease?
No.
Okay, Riley, you want your deposit back, right, but you're not going to get the rent back if you live there.
So I broke my lease because I feel that I'm able to have some sort of peaceful living here. I know
right.
that as a
Riley,
I have
Riley, you have a right, I believe, not legally, but I believe you have a right to break that lease because it was illegal.
I did, and I broke the lease, and I left because...
And you should get your money back, but not your rent money that when you live there. For the time you actually live there, you shouldn't get anything back. You should get your deposit back in any unused rent. Did you pay it? Go ahead.
So when it was her business. She decided to move her own business into the back to make up for the money that she lost because she wasn't able to rent it to a separate renter. I had men walking past my windows, looking in my windows at me and my child.
What kind of business was it?
It was a prep kitchen, and it was an illegal prep kitchen. That permit for the kitchen in the back of the house.
Yeah, but that's not your concern.
Legal.
That's not your concern. Here's what we have to figure out. Are you due your deposit back? Did she do anything illegal? It sounds like she corrected it. So I don't know if you had a right. We got to analyze it. Hang on. We have to analyze it. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
No, she didn't want her past lease. She wanted her future lease money. Like she was supposed to have a lease for like a year. She wanted the future money.
She should get moving expenses. This woman believes she's owed money for rent she never paid.
And for a lease she broke.
She's looking up the BK. What do you want to know about it? So
I just want to know details. How much was rolled in from the house and all of that? Just general bullshit.
And have her on the air for it?
Yeah. Just general stuff.
Crazy.
Oh, this is just driving. About the movement. She would have to take
rationalizes the choices. She rationalizes the choices as I did it because.
Absolutely, yes, she does.
When it comes to servicing your car, let's go right.
And then try. You're right. And then tries. And then if you disagree with these people, they always have a reason why what they did is correct.
Yeah, that's right.
They want me to believe there was no other choice. So how dare you question it? The only thing I need from you right now is $3,300.
That's right. It goes well beyond that. She's a fucking danger to society out there.
There's no way she's not driving that car.
Until I said you have a license, she was driving.
She's an enabler as well. She's got a boyfriend, some guy that moved in to make her feel better for whatever reason. Now he's not working because of the transmission, but yet she's being sucked on by him.
There's no reason she shouldn't be able to pay $600 for rent.
Yeah. And she's probably in a position right now where she doesn't want to lose somebody that's there to take care of, help take care of her. That's what she's thinking.
I just think those kids are going to jail.
Yeah, what kind of person is
over 10 and 17?
Well, that's the first thing you do is get a boyfriend. That's right. Who doesn't have a job.
Now's the time.
That lives with you.
12% of all services for selected stores.
Hey, John, I've got some gun cleaning deals.
800
Screaming deals?
Yeah, screaming deals, man.
You should have thrown him out while I was yelling at that lady.
I should have. Let's go clean her windows.
What she needs is clean windows.
Oh hell!
I bet she's got dirty windows.
You know what? I have windows. I can have sun clean applied to them where they don't have to worry about cleaning them. Yeah, we just have a titanium oxide put over the face of them.
To flyers, brochures, and calendars, as well as much more. Calls today at 303.
It is true. It's true. Titanium oxide.
It
fills in all the porous holes.
So is it like a liquid or like a film?
It's done in the when they float the glass, when they do the application. Right. The drawback though is it only works on the sides where it's hit by sun. It works with the UV. Correct. So if you put it in,
so it'll warm up and come together.
So like your dew and all that, when the dew comes off, rolls off of it.
No, yeah, that's right. Well, depending.
It doesn't mean you don't have to clean your windows.
They could not. Wait, they could rent hers, just not
most
the other one, right? Well, then she's screwed. What does she have to do with that other one?
Because
People walk by.
Right. But it was illegal business.
Who cares? What does that got to do with
it? Because she wasn't getting her. I'm not arguing because she wasn't walking by.
My point is, I thought at first they rented her something they weren't allowed to rent. Then they would owe her moving expenses.
No, because she was renting.
But I don't know what she has besides people walking by. That's why they walk by. Besides that, what right did she have?
Remember the Groove Ford problem I was fired up about on Friday with the $6,100 that he was supposed to send back to Ford
I
Credit?
just don't agree with that.
Remember, I talked to Groove Ford yesterday. I have an update for him.
So, like, security film will be on something other than the outside. The most
back, shoulder, hand. They can
repair
repair
most security film. You can go brick a window and bolt
And the guy, the general manager I spoke to, said he could even make payments even after coming on
book that Michael Nesbitt wrote, and he went right down to the fabrication of that story and proved
You say that this Ford is she was 52
Michael
years old.
Nesbitt says she lied and he told everyone.
52 years old from my brother.
And he said he never checked it. Never, ever happened. I guess he would know being one of them. He calls it a complete fabrication, totally bogus.
Shut it up, boy.
The
90,000 mile one?
I've never heard of that. Mendacity lie. Mendacity lie.
By AARP and the ad council.
The other two are in big trouble, man. They turned him over to the FBI.
Like he's outsold the Beatles?
Yeah, he's out.
Creepy porn one?
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TOM.
713-8255. Listen, people, we're working on whatever Veronica's problem is in any way we can help behind the scenes. Buyandbuild.net will help you if you have a do-it-yourself project. Buyandbuild.net, 4800 Washington Street. If you have a contractor, 4800 Washington Street. They have products below wholesale, cabinets and countertop material. They also have floors, engineered flooring, laminate flooring, hardwood flooring. They have plumbing fixtures and electrical fixtures for pennies on the dollar. And that's buyandbuild.net. Gigi Wink is a bankruptcy attorney. I wanted to get some details on the bankruptcy that Veronica filed because she said she's behind in her payments to her Chapter 13 Plus, behind in her home. And to begin with, she went in to try to save her home, and I wanted to know roughly how much was put into that bankruptcy. Gigi, can you see from the filing how much when she was behind in her bankruptcy, how much of the home she was behind in?
Oh, no, it's not listed like that. I mean, it looks like they just entered into a stipulation to cure. The mortgage lender probably was trying to, Wells Fargo.
So there's no way to know
for relief.
There's no way to know how far behind she was at the time.
It says when they filed this motion back in November. No, this was just filed yesterday. It looks like this stipulation that she was 5 months behind in the amount of $3,318.
No, that's now. I'm talking about in her original filing.
Well, let's
see. Do you know what her arrearage was in her original filing? We're just trying to verify things for her.
That would take some...
okay, then here's what we'll do.
It's not like it's listed. You have to open it up and read her plan, and it's...
I'm sorry. Okay.
No, it's fine. I can do it.
All right, so let's try to get... I just want to try to verify what she was behind before, because that's going to be added to what's now if this goes in the tank. Winkandwink.com. Thank you. Hold on. Here's Riley. Riley has a problem. She rented a place that technically should not have been rented while the back mother-in-law quarter was being rented, because only one residence is allowed on the property. So Riley was justified in saying her lease was illegal. However, it sounds like the landlord tried to correct it by making that person in the mother-in-law house move out. Is that right, Riley?
That's not correct. The woman that lived in the back house had already given her 60 days notice.
But in other words, it was corrected, whether the landlord did it or not. That situation changed, and now her business was in that home. Is that right?
Before she moved her business in, she tried to make me sign a lease with someone that I didn't know to get around the city by saying we were roommates. And I told her
understand.
No.
Okay, so right now, though, the way it is, her business is in the mother-in-law quarters, and the place you were renting was the one that you signed on. Now, was that allowed? Was it allowed to have her business there while renting the front house?
No, it was a single-family residence. I was paying for all of the electricity and the water that her
Riley,
business was using.
I know, Riley, but what I'm asking is, by zoning, they could not rent it out to two different families, but would it be allowed to have one business and one rental?
No, and the city inspector came back to give her and the owner violations for that. Because
all right, good.
The original kitchen was not,
You don't have to tell me, Riley, you don't have to tell me stories. I believe you. So, therefore, you, I think, were justified in ending your lease. It's called a constructive eviction. You left, and I think you should get your deposit back. Did she give your deposit back?
No, not yet.
How much is owed? How much is owed?
$3,300.
Now that's for a deposit?
Yes, that was a deposit. It was first, last, and a dog.
Okay. Now, what about rent? How long were you there?
I was there for 7 months.
Okay, so...
For a 13-month lease.
Okay, so... Okay, you should get your $3,300 back, and we'll help you. I mean, really, if this woman illegally rented the place to you, we should help you. But Dan said something else that was a little troubling. He said you want more than the $3,300.
See, that comes down to peaceable living, Tom. I hadn't had a day of peace in that house.
Okay, so you're saying that the rent you paid to be there wasn't worth it?
No, absolutely not.
Are you saying it had zero value?
Zero value. The entire time I was there,
Riley,
I didn't have a single...
Riley, listen carefully, because I don't want to bore people with this. I can't help you get back a refund for time you lived there. We will help you if you want. Get back the $3,300. We will help you tirelessly.
I don't even know about $3,300. She said that was first month also. Did she live there a month?
Oh, hold on. Yeah, that's a good point. Was that first month that you actually lived there the first month, but the last month, did you use the last month from the security, or did you pay for that last month?
I paid for that last month.
Okay, then you should get that. How much was the month's rent?
$1,495.
Then you should get $1,495 for the deposit, and $1,495 for the last month because you paid it. So you should. We would gladly help you try to recover this, because I think you're right. She had no right to rent that out to you, and you did the right thing. But I can't say, and we won't go back and try to say you got zero value from living there for 7 months. We can't say it. It's just, so I'm not lying to you. I'm just telling you straight up, we won't help you with that. So you decide what you want, because if we get this back, she's going to want a settlement, and you have to decide. So hold on, you don't have to make a decision now. Suzanne wants me to take line 6.
His time is limited,
Adam,
Tom.
Adam. Your problem was very easy. You went to buy a car at Groove Ford, and you turned in your lease vehicle, and they agreed to pay your penalties, but they did it in a weird way. They issued you a check for $6,100, right? Adam?
Hello?
Oh, my God. Did you hear any of that?
I heard part of it.
All right. They issued you a check for $6,100 to pay for your penalties on that lease. Is that right?
Correct, towards my lease, yes.
Providing that you bought a truck, and you bought a truck from them, and you took the $6,100, but then you were pissed off because the leasing company charged you more than $6,100. Is that right?
Yes. After I was told it wouldn't be that.
Right. But here's the good news. Suzanne worked this out. So, Suzanne, they agreed to take the $6,100 and forego the extra $800.
That is right, Tom. They're even willing, after all of this and the lack of communication, to let him make payments. He's got to communicate.
Okay, so now, Adam, all you have to do is pay that original $6,100 that they already gave you. Oh, isn't that good news?
It is, and I did call them last night, just so you guys know, and left a message for them to contact me, and I'm still waiting for Brian and Grover to contact me.
Now be straight again. I don't want you to kid a kidder. Did you spend that $6,100?
No.
Oh, good. You're in good shape. So, Adam, the good news is this. You're getting the original deal exactly as they promised, and that additional penalty money they're absorbing. So they really did a good thing.
Yes, I agree that now I'm straight. I'm glad it's the $6,100. I appreciate y'all's help because I want to make this thing right.
Okay.
I just was upset about the $69.
No, I understand. So thank you, Suzanne, for working on that.
Adam, that goes to Groove Ford, not Ford Credit.
Right. Groove Ford already paid it, so you're reimbursing Groove Ford. That's a technicality. I don't think you should care. 303-713-TALK. We got behind a little. I hope you guys know it. We are still here helping you. Stay tuned.
I got handle this. How long is this break? Just hold up fingers. 4:45. 45. What? This report is sponsored by
There's a few slow spots in the highway drive to watch out for when you travel across the Mile High City right now. On the north end of town, southbound I-25, south 4th crash. Shoulder block. Watch out for police on the scene. It's cold. Delays. Southbound I-70 a bit slow in the elevated portion. Southbound I-270 slow between Vasquez and Quebec.
High energy.
Higher drive and fairly decent shape across the
apartments.
Minor blip of delay.
Beautiful.
I-25 Spear. Weather forecast.
See the planes.
Sunny today with the high side of
Sure. Someplace I
right
can
now,
park.
mostly cloudy skies in Denver and 45. Traffic and weather with some Wagner. 6:30 K-How.
Looking to save
Only
on
problem is
Medicare
right
Part D?
downtown, if I take
Switching to
I always
Walgreens
drive
can
Chevy
help you
Cavalier.
save on your Medicare
I
Part
thought
D
last night I go,
prescription.
I'm going to take your car and we'll just take your
Trusted
word.
since 1901. Talk to the pharmacist to learn more.
Amazing how patient some of these people are to stay online. Oh.
Hopefully they go back every now and then.
But you're listening to the show, though. Yeah. So it's not like you're just, on some music or anything.
Yeah, you want to make sure your phone's charged.
Make your phone's charged and put it on speakers so you can go do stuff. If you're at home and stuff, you can walk around. I mean, I've done that and stuff a lot. But if you listen to the radio, there's a 15-second delay. And that's what I think a lot of times happens. 15-second delay? Or about 7 seconds? Maybe it's a 10 second. Maybe it's at
They will refinance you free of charge over the next 2 years. Give them a call, 303-867-7000.
There is a delay.
You are refinancing or buying, and check out their pre-approval. If you're buying, it's like a
That's
cash
probably
offer. Yes, you're
No, it's because someone swears.
not pre-qualified, approved. All you need is the appraisal.
Yeah,
303-867-7000.
Yeah, nothing like an FCC fine, huh?
Right. I guess they've already had talks. I don't think they've ever gotten
How can a fully
phone.
stocked restroom improve your image?
But see, they got heat and kill it,
First aid
or
kit make your
they
employees
just
more prepared. Now your comfortable work apparel make your business more productive. For over 1 million customers.
So the window business good?
Simple.
Yeah, and you guys don't do much new, right? It's reinstall, right?
Correct. Replacement business.
We stay away from the construction as much as possible. The closest thing we have to new construction is if somebody does an addition. Okay. And then we want windows in that.
Looking to save money on
Yeah, because you mainly. Well, how about a custom home? Because custom home would probably want good windows, right? Because you're looking at construction windows.
We have done that. It's not huge.
It's rare because typically they're working with contractor. Contractor, is making his deals. And he's got his sources of windows. So, and when we do make those type of sales, a lot of times we don't do the installs. Contractors, right. Guys do the installs. So.
And new construction, I mean, it's such a cutthroat business out there. They generally want to put in the least expensive product available.
Right, yeah. No, I can see that. That's why I thought of a custom home if the owner says, hey, I want this type of window.
You know, it's really funny, even on a custom home at times, you'll get people that will spend just literally thousands and thousands on areas, but when it comes to a window, they go cheap. It's just amazing.
Because they don't understand the value of the window. All they do is they think it's just something to look through, so what's the difference? It's not until like a couple years later when they feel the air infiltrating. But even the cheap windows, the air shouldn't infiltrate. That's the insulation issue, isn't it?
No.
The seals and stuff.
The interlocks, there is an interlock, there's not a lot of inseal or any type of insulation.
It's a sheet where the dirt will, like, on one day, the dirt will come in.
But that's a lot of, that they didn't put it in right to seal it around there, though.
It's not just the opening. It's the actual product itself.
Okay.
And how it comes together, how they laminate things.
Part of the reason the window is less expensive is because they don't put a lot of stuff in to seal it up.
And typically,
you know what I think is bullshit is gas in the window, because it always leaches out anyway, doesn't it?
You know, if you look over a period of, let's say, 10 to 20 years, yeah, you're going to have you're going to lose a good portion of it. You know, we have a product here that we offer. It doesn't use gas, but it's designed for the
Tom Martino here. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. You'll never do better than Frankie. 303-920-1622. Whether you're buying or selling real estate, he's the go-to guy that we all go to.
There's no choice. You don't need one. And he doesn't hold you to a long-term contract, ever. So he earns your money every day. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Okay, so Riley, we took care of. She has to make a decision, and I'll go to Renee. Renee, this has got me floored. I see on the computer you're calling about a car warranty, but it says lifetime. What the heck is going on?
So I bought my car about 2 years ago, and when I bought it, the place that I bought it from said that they were doing a lifetime warranty.
Honest to goodness, how did they say that worked?
So they said for the lifetime of the car, even if I were to like give it to my son or something.
Is this a used car? A used car?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. How many miles were on it?
Supposed to cover the powertrain and the engine and all that kind of stuff, like the main engine work.
When you bought it, how many miles?
I think 70,000.
And what kind of car is it?
It's a Kia Sorento.
Okay. Do you have this in writing?
I do. I have the paperwork, but it's at the. I had to take it to the Kia dealership because, so over the course of me having this car, I've made all my car payments on time.
Okay.
And I have been, like, weird things have been happening, so I kept taking it to all these different shops and saying, you know, there's something wrong.
Give me an idea of a weird thing, Renee. Give me an idea.
Okay, so I'll be driving on the highway, and a light will come on. It's like the four-wheel drive light.
Yeah.
And then the car will slow down to like 20 miles an hour, and you cannot accelerate anymore. It's like it goes into a dummy mode.
It's called a limp mode, yes.
Yeah. So I had taken it into all these different places to have that fixed. I paid Keller's Auto $1,000, and they did not fix it. It broke down, like, I think the day that I picked it up. So I took it back to them again, then they said it was the throttle body.
All right, so what's the whole point, though? In other words, this when you kept bringing it back, were they taking care of it under their warranty?
No, I've been paying for everything out of pocket, but now I took it finally to the Kia place, to a Kia dealership.
Yes.
And they said there's a knock in the engine, and like they're saying that it needs like $8,000 worth of work, and
Okay.
I still owe $8,000
Oh
on the
my
car.
God, Renee, what year is this?
It's a 2011.
All right, listen. First and foremost, the original repairs were probably not covered under this so-called lifetime if it's a drivetrain and drivetrain and engine, because you said there were other things wrong with it, right? I mean, in other words, but this sounds like it would be covered if it's a legit warranty. So did you go to the warranty people and say, I have this warranty, are you going to fix my car?
So yes, we did, and my car has been at the Kia dealership for 3 weeks.
Okay, but Kia's not the one that warrantied it, right? Who gave you that
No,
warranty?
They've been fighting with the warranty people. They're trying not to honor it because they're trying to find, like, they're trying to
find an out, right? They're trying to find an excuse. Hey, Renee, where did you buy this?
Maliki Motors on Havana in Mississippi.
Maliki. Okay, and what kind of warranty? It's not Maliki's warranty, is it? Who has the name on the warranty?
You know, I'm not exactly sure.
Do you have a copy? Can you get me a copy of the warranty?
Yeah, I could. I'd have to go down to the Kia place to get it.
Here's what we need. Renee, here's what we need, okay? We need a copy of the warranty and the original sales documents when you bought your car. How long have you had that car?
Just 2 years.
Okay. It sounds to me like they scammed you because I've never heard of a lifetime warranty. But that doesn't mean you're out of luck. If they lied to you and cheated you, if they did, I'm saying if, we'll go after them. If they lied and cheated you. And what did you pay for the car total?
$14,000.
Oh my goodness. And you've been making every single payment. Where is it financed?
Wells Fargo Dealer Services.
Okay. Renee, you sound solid. And it sounds like they're taking advantage of you. That's what it sounds like to me.
That's kind of how I feel. And, you know, I was listening to you talk to Veronica.
Yeah.
And I actually, I lost it this month also, and then I went to Lyft drive with my car to make up for that money.
Yeah.
And that's when it broke down. So,
but listen,
I've been kind of going through the same kind of bad luck thing she has been going
listen,
through.
Renee, between you and me, don't mention Lyft when it comes to that warrant.
I know that.
All right, I'm serious. Don't mention it. Suzanne,
Tom.
We got to help Renee. If she has her facts straight, get the warranty information, get all of that. K&H Home Solutions, an extra 5% off in addition to a 40% they're running. They're going to run that all week for Martino listeners if you make the appointment this week. Now, that means you set the appointment. It doesn't have to be actually this week. 303-421-7100. We have another hour to go on the Troubleshooter Show. We'll get to your problems at 303-713-TALK.
Have you ever wanted to refinance your mortgage, but...
Yeah, what was the deal? Lifetime warranty?
2011.
She said she bought it from
Kia Sorento.
She
Which
paid
retail probably
had
for around
70,000 miles a Kia,
15,000.
and she has a lifetime warranty on everything.
You know that's not
the
true.
drivetrain.
Powertrain? No.
Drivetrain.
Yeah, she said powertrain, yeah.
She said drivetrain and engine.
No such thing.
I don't even know. She's going to send it to me. But now she's got a knock in the engine. It's $8,000 worth of work, and they're ignoring her. But I said, send me the stuff. I mean,
There's no way she has a life.
but she's been making every single payment for 2 years. She sounds like a really nice kid. You know what, though? She sounds like a really good kid, doesn't she? She just does.
But what's lifetime mean to them?
Well, it depends. It's
Really depends on how it's written.
Yeah,
That's a great thing, because you only say the
How the
transmission
hell
for
is it written?
lifetime.
Yeah. Did she send you the contract?
No, she's going to, I hope. I mean, look, I'd love to help that woman. She sounds straight and legit to me. Like
Well, she's not complaining like the other one was about her whole life.
it just sounds unfortunate to me.
Cars are the heavens that thing.
Well, especially if you're buying them from the corner lot.
But Maliki, I was going to look at it. Maliki, I've never heard of it. Doesn't sound very credible, does it?
No.
Well, I've heard of Maliki, actually. I've heard of him, specifically Maliki, but I don't know about,
Say Wadsworth, Mississippi?
Maliki.
Havana.
It's Maliki. M-A-A-L-I-K-I.
yeah, I've heard of Maliki.
On Havana.
Home of the lifetime warranty.
Mother M.A.,
Is that
right?
what it says?
M-A-A-L-I-K-I. Maliki. Owned by Hawaiians.
Mark, call these landing pages that you can get lucky.
Mikai? I don't know.
Like Hawaii?
Maybe that is. Maybe
Actually, Hawaii is supposed to be said Hawaii.
Tell her we don't know.
Tokyo.
We saw
Tokyo.
Malachi.
No, you don't go Tokyo. You go Tokyo.
Canada. It was just CND.
Oh, they're on the referral list.
It started
They're on the referral list?
It said CA,
Canuck.
They sponsor St. Jude's Hospital.
Oh.
Who does?
Malachi.
Malachi.
$14,000 for a 2011 Kia.
But that was 2 years ago when she bought it.
It doesn't matter. It's a Sorrento. It retails for probably the same amount.
Well, none of that matters. There's no such thing as a
Tom, guys,
lifetime warranty.
That's why it was expensive.
sorry. Guy says we advertise for someone that repipes houses.
Repipes.
Oh, no, we talked about repiping, and they said everybody does it.
So just any plumbing place, right? Like fix it. Plumb
Where do
it.
they at?
Yeah, but
I don't know. I just was trying
it
to.
is really, really expensive.
Do you want me to take his number and have you call him, Mark?
Have them email me. Give them my email.
They're going to do a plastic, right?
Why? Why would anybody repipe unless they had to?
Right, but right.
Yeah, but I mean, unless you had to, why wouldn't you? Think of all the drywall. Oh my God.
Oh, the guy on, that's right. He said it wasn't as bad as you think. That's right. That's I can't remember who was that.
He could make a living too.
They wouldn't do it. They
Always wanted to make a living too.
I thought they did the work. They put the hole in and they patched it up.
But he says you wouldn't believe it, that it's they can sneak a lot of that through there.
Oh, matching drywall's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it is.
Ceilings are tough.
They say it's way, it's kind of like amazing what they can do.
I think spackle's coming back.
Oh, God.
Popcorn.
Love
Popcorn.
Love popcorn. I want my walls popcorn.
Have you ever sprayed that stuff?
Yep.
Oh, that's therapeutic.
Therapeutic?
Seeing that stuff?
Sure.
Yeah.
No, well, that's to see before '80s where you might have the asbestos. So the new stuff doesn't. I have
They were
popcorn.
saying some stuff that's...
Yeah, we have
Drywall from Canada's got asbestos.
Yeah, I was wondering, yeah, they were talking about
Especially here.
But they also got the mountain.
So, hey, you get a few minutes. I
That's
want to
what
talk
we
a
do
little
right.
bit about some windows, if possible.
What do you mean by that?
Well, we were talking about gas, and so we have a product that doesn't use gas. It uses a special what's called latitude glass, designed for high altitude.
What is it?
It's called latitude glass by Sunrise.
Is it just vacuum?
What is it? What's inside it?
Well, there's nothing inside of it. It's the way they coat the glass. They coat the glass with iridium oxide, which is the same thing that they coat your cell phone. So you know how when if you notice, the front of your screen is always warm or cool, but the back is warm.
Tell me why you want to talk about it. Tell me what the benefit is, because consumers don't give a shit about that. What do they want to know?
Well, first and foremost, when you look at something that has gas in it,
No, I want to know what they want. What is for the homeowner? Tell me what they want.
High energy.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
energy efficiency. Absolutely.
In what way?
Well, for one thing, you're not losing any of the gas over the years. So whatever you invest today, in 20 years from now, that investment drops. With this product, your investment stays the same. You don't lose anything. It's the same product 20 years from now as it is today. Whereas when you purchase a window with like argon gas in it,
Okay. So the insulating quality, is it really good? Is that what you're?
Oh yeah. It's another technology, is what it is.
But is it reflective or is it insulating?
I didn't say as long as they mentioned
Do you understand?
No, I realize that.
Make it relevant.
No, I understand.
They don't care about the technology. So tell me, if I'm a homeowner, it's going to save me money, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, why? Okay.
And I do appreciate you. Welcome to the show. I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This hour brought to you by Become the Banker. Become the Banker is a very simple financial plan, and it's for everyone. I mean, it's not going to get you rich quick, but it is conservative and safe. That's why I say it's for everyone. For as little as $200 a month, you get a life insurance policy. Now, that in itself is the most terrible investment you can ever make, is if you invest in a whole life policy. But this is different. You're not investing in a policy. You're establishing one for the privilege of adding to it. The government says if you have life insurance, you're taking a strain off the government. If you have life insurance, we want you to have a lot of cash in there. That's why they allow you to accumulate cash tax-free. So the money you put in is not deductible, but all of the growth is. It's just a loophole in the law, but the government wants you to do it. They want people to have life insurance. They want people to have savings. They want people to have all kinds of stuff. That's why they encourage you with tax-free growth. So when you get this plan, that's all it's about, is getting tax-free growth. Instead of an IRA or in addition to an IRA, it doesn't have to be qualified. And this tax-free growth can be used in retirement. It can actually be used during your life. It's that simple. And you can find out more, becomethebanker.info. Yeah, it's that simple. Or you can call 303, what's the number? I used to have it memorized, and every now and then I get a brain fart. So it's 799-6600, isn't it? I think, is it? 799. Oh, 779. Okay, 303-779-6600. Becomethebanker.info. Now, we have people who've been waiting a long time. I'm going to get right to them, okay? Steve has a concrete contractor problem. So, Steve, what's going on with you?
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
What's going on?
Hey, so I had a foundation poured at my house for a shop I'm building, and the contractor that I hired to do the job, he'd quoted me, let me get my iPad, make sure I'm right, $3,700.
For what?
Just for the materials.
To do what?
To pour a foundation and footing for a garage.
Okay, and so you did this separately from the general contractor, or were you going to act as the general contractor?
I guess I was acting as a general contractor. I just hired out somebody I found to pour the concrete.
And then who was going to do the garage?
I am.
Okay, so you hired this guy to put a footing and a foundation in, and you say it was for $3,700.
Boy, that sounds super cheap.
What size garage? What size garage is this?
It's 30 by 40, but the $3,700 was just for the materials. So I was paying for for his labor and the pump separate.
That still sounds cheap, man, but okay.
Yep. So what happened is the morning of the pour, he told me that the company that delivers the concrete will only accept a credit card. So
wait a minute. That's weird. They'll only accept a credit card.
Right.
All right. So what's the problem?
Well, so the morning of the pour, I paid for the concrete with a credit card, and they said, "Well,
I wonder why."
Yeah.
I don't know. They don't want the drivers taking the cash. I don't know.
All right. So anyway, go ahead.
Yep. So Greg came out. He's the guy that owns Area Concrete, and he didn't order the concrete in the morning. So I paid with a credit card. They said, "Look, you didn't order it, so we can't make it out until 3 o'clock this afternoon."
All right. Can we get to the problem, Steve? Because I don't understand where any of this is going. What is the problem?
The problem is I paid for the concrete.
And didn't get it?
And, well, they couldn't deliver it, so he said, "Well, I've got another guy that can bring it to you, but this guy only accepts checks."
Okay.
So I'm like, "Well, I already put all my cash."
Steve, is it possible, Steve? Is it possible to get to the problem, and then we'll work backwards? In other words, did you pay twice?
No, I paid once, but Greg ended up writing a bad check for the concrete. And now the person that delivered the concrete is coming to me.
Okay.
I paid Greg directly. Greg paid
I get it.
check.
I get it. You paid by credit card to the contractor.
To Area Concrete.
Right. And then he went and paid by check.
Exactly.
And he supposedly would be made whole by your credit card payment. That's why he wrote the check.
Correct.
But he wrote a bad check to the concrete supplier.
Yes. Who's now threatening to put a lien on my house.
Okay, well, and he has every right to, because you ultimately have this responsibility. You have to pay for the concrete, and I don't understand why he wrote a bad check. Did you ask him? First of all, why did all of a sudden it switch from credit card to a check? Why did it switch?
Because the company that I was originally going to pay couldn't make it out whenever he had his work.
So he got another supplier, and that one wanted a check.
Exactly.
Okay. So Why, right now, why did he write a bad check? I mean, he got paid from you. Why did he write a bad check?
That's the question.
Did you pay him in full, though? Do you have a contract with him?
Mark, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He was being his own general contractor. He just said those were the first words out of his mouth. I'm being my own general contractor, and I hired a sub. Now, technically, no one has to know that, I guess. Did you have a written contract with the foundation guy?
No, not for the delivery of the concrete.
Okay. If you had a written contract for concrete and concrete alone, and no one knew about the general part of it, if you had a contract and you paid for it in full and could prove it, what Mark was referring to is the Lien Protection Acts in Colorado, where they say if it's your primary residence and if you pay in full and if you have a written contract, it's called an affirmative defense against liens. Now, the only argument would be the contractor would come back, the supplier would come back and say, well, wait a minute. He was just going to buy concrete. That's all he was buying. And then it wouldn't sound right, and they could defend themselves by saying, wait a minute, our lien is valid. He wasn't just going to buy concrete. This was obviously part of a bigger job, and if it was a bigger job, who was the general? I mean, I think they could blow holes in it. But the bottom line is this. Homeowners, listen carefully. If you're doing a job on your primary residence, and you're working with a general contractor, and you have a contract, and you pay them in full, if anyone liens you, you can use that as your defense. Steve cannot use that right now because I think, he didn't have a written contract, he admitted, and he was a general contractor. So, Steve, what does the contractor say about the money? Period. What is he saying?
He keeps telling the delivery driver, like, I'll pay you Monday, I'll pay you Monday.
What's the name of this? I mean, what kind of a loser is this guy? Why don't you contest the charge on your credit card?
That's what I was going to say, because they never delivered to him.
Just contest it.
No, I've tried to.
What do you mean you tried?
Company. Well, they won't accept it because the concrete was delivered.
No,
so I got
hold
what I
on.
paid for.
No, that's wrong, Steve. That's totally wrong. The concrete was not paid for because you paid Steve, and he did not pay for it.
And you said he used somebody else.
When you paid on the credit card, what did he write on the receipt? Anything? What did he put down? What were you paying for?
So he put Area Concrete. That's the name of his company. But
all right. Area Concrete. What's this guy's name? Let's call him right this minute. Area Concrete. This guy should be on the Sleaze Brigade, and God damn it if I keep saying that, because we got to update that thing. Dan, write down Sleaze Brigade next to his name. Area Concrete. What's his name?
His name's Greg.
Greg what?
Greg Martinez.
Martinez. Greg Martinez. Area Concrete. Huh?
I got a number here if you need it.
Yep. What's his number?
720-354-1408.
So, how long ago did he write that bad check?
Oh, it's been about 5 weeks.
You scum-sucking pig. I just can't stand this. I am so tired of lying, cheating ripoffs. Would you call? God. And Steve, you know what, man? I don't know what you did wrong. I guess what you did wrong, well, no, he allowed the guy to write a check. I just don't understand what's going on. That credit card should have been reversed. I just don't understand it. Except they said it was delivered, but it's delivered by someone else. Steve, you could make that argument. Listen, that credit card was for Area Concrete, right? The lien is not from Area Concrete. The lien is from another company. That Area Concrete never delivered. Never. You contested this the wrong way. Who's your credit card issuer?
It's American Express.
Did you, I'm a little confused. Did you pay the bad guy, if you will, with your credit card?
Yes.
Or did you pay the concrete company?
The original.
I paid the bad guy with my credit card.
That's what they're saying. And they're saying the bad guy delivered the concrete.
But he didn't.
Right. But they said, do you have the concrete at your house?
Yeah, they did. They did deliver it.
Not Area. Area did not.
But he never paid Area. He paid the bad guy. The bad guy ordered it from somebody else and okey-doked him.
Yeah,
but he has no contract, though.
Yeah, you're right, Mark. Area did deliver with their supplier. You're right.
That's right.
Okay, well, listen, man. It would have been different if you wrote the check. Well, you did write the... No, you didn't write the... Had you written the check and paid twice, you could have gotten your credit card company back because you paid. Oh, man, what a mess.
It's almost like he did it on purpose. It's so bizarre.
Yeah. Man, if you get this guy on the phone,
you're
going to be calling me back asking why I even worked with him. The guy he sounds shady. He's just not a good guy.
Why did you work with him? Okay, why didn't you go to referral? Hold on, I'm going to hold your feet to the fire. Why didn't you go to referrallist.com?
Cheap.
Seriously.
Oh, you sound like my wife. Trust me.
Okay.
All
right.
I made a big mistake.
So we should. Yep, that's right. It's terrible. And so he's saying that this guy, we will know by his words. This is what I like to do with these guys.
What did this guy even do? Honest to God, what did this guy even do? Did he do anything? Did he do the flat work? Would you ask him? Did he at least pour it? Did he do anything?
No, because they were waiting for the... did he form? Okay, Steve, did he form the concrete?
Yeah, he
I could argue $3,800 for a 30 by 40 foundation formed is cheap as hell.
In other words, he earned his money already. I don't know. I don't think so. Don't put that thought in his head. Listen, I don't even know how he quoted you this price. Look, okay. Guys, you just roll your eyes, Ted, because this is totally foreign to you, isn't it? I mean, honest to God, it is.
Well, I'm not really clear. Did he pay twice?
Home Solutions, by the way.
Yeah, did he pay Area Concrete and he paid this other guy?
No, he took his credit card and paid Area Concrete thinking that Area Concrete would deliver concrete. Then Area Concrete could not get the people that he normally uses. So he wrote a check to the other company. It doesn't really matter. That part doesn't matter. He paid for the concrete with a credit card. And Area Concrete didn't pay for the... It's that easy. They didn't pay for it.
But did they deliver it?
The other company delivered it, yes, and now they're going to lien his house. I don't know why we're going over this again. I mean, the damn
because
thing,
it's insane.
He paid for it, and now...
But he did get this 30 by 40 foundation done for $3,800.
He didn't get anything done. Is it done? I don't know. Wait a minute. Steve, I see what you're saying. Is the foundation done?
It is.
Okay, I see what Mark is saying. Mark is saying if you take the total amount of money you paid, the total, which would be the $3,700 in credit, and now you pay the $37 again if you had to. That should be what the foundation cost to begin with.
Well,
in other words,
it gets even a little more complicated.
Oh my God!
Why does it get more complicated? Why? You're now you're on thin ice because I'm about to bomb the hell out of you. Tell me right now why.
Well, the 30.
Well, there was a chicken in a car.
No, wait. Go ahead. Go ahead. Why?
$3,700 was the original quote just for the materials, just for the truck. But when he had to order the second truck, the second guy came. He's like, I can't do it for that. So it's $4,850. So that's how much I ended up paying to Greg, who he then paid with a bad check. Plus, I paid $2,600 for the labor. So
you so screwed up. You know what? Your wife should spank you, honest to God, and I don't mean in a good way. And I do not mean in a good way. So here, hold on. I got a special song for you. Steve, is your wife listening by any chance?
She is.
Okay. Oh, dear, what's her first name?
Angelie.
Angelie, I have something for you. Listen, Angelie. Is my sound up? Thank you. Listen.
You are an idiot.
That's your song. Steve, hang on. Let's see if we can bail you out, okay? Let's see if we can do it. The art of granite is the art of getting your kitchen or bath done with beauty and style, and it's cheap. Here's why. He only charges wholesale for materials, except for cabinets, a small markup. But all stone, he's a direct stone importer, all stone is direct wholesale. He only charges for fabrication and installation, which means he knows what it's going to cost him by the square foot. You just call him, he'll give you a price. It's that easy. He does the bathroom free when you do the kitchen. He also tears out and hauls away free. 303-386-5919. 386-5919. artofgranite.net.
This report is sponsored by 23 and...
No, it was $4,800 plus 24. No, plus the concrete.
Well, you paid the $3,800. You paid the $3,800 to the guy for the credit card originally,
and then $2,400.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mark,
And the guy, in a minute, I'm going to do another live spot in between and then go. Okay. I just want to let you know, you can talk amongst yourselves right now.
You know, he might have formed it himself, so it was just the pouring and the finishing.
So feel free to chime in, by the way, like you did before. You can say.
I'm still saying that is so cheap.
Well, it is. But so $3,800 for the material originally. Okay. That was a credit card.
20 seconds.
Okay. And then from there, the guy couldn't have it done. They couldn't deliver. So he said, I got another guy.
10 seconds.
And then the chicken came out there.
You guys ever do the rain pool?
You know, if you have square footage in your basement,
It may be illegal without a good egress window. You know, they call them window wells. So many people wonder why their appraisal doesn't show it. You can get a higher appraisal if you have legal square footage you can use, and that's done through window wells and egress windows. Denver Egress Window.com can punch them in anywhere you want. That's right. In a foundation, they can go right through the concrete and put a beautiful window well in. They can also rebuild the ones your builder did with that ugly corrugated steel that's rusting out. It adds beauty and protection and value and durability and safety to your home. They can even dig out a walkout basement and terrace down to a patio, even on a flat lot. See the magic. DenverEgressWindow.com, 720-626-4221.
From Denver's election headquarters, 630 KHOW has you covered for the midterm elections.
It will be Tom. No, of course the contractors trust that. Hold on. The contractors trust that because he can just, there's nothing in writing. So the contractors trust that says when you take money, it's in trust for a job. Well, he can say what Mark just said. He can say, I did the job and here's what he paid. Nowhere does it say concrete, labor, or whatever it does. He paid money.
That's so cheap for that.
So, back to what I was saying. Okay,
we're on. Hi, Tom
Martino here, Joseph A. Lazara, attorney at law. Joseph is an attorney at law for DUIs. Our caller earlier could have used him. I'll tell you what, she's had so many DUIs. I don't mean to make fun of callers, but if you're stupid and try to calculate what to drink and drive, why bother?
Hey, Tom.
Uber and Lyft you can do. Joe Lazara, attorney at law, the defense attorney you should call if you need help. We're not encouraging drinking and driving, but we absolutely say you cannot do this alone. 303-429-6200. And he's on the referral list at referrallist.com, Joe Lazara. Okay, so go ahead, sir. What were you saying?
Talking to me?
Yeah, Grant,
okay.
What were you saying?
I got a screaming deal for you guys.
What is
if you call in from Martino, I got $50 off a normal gutter cleaning on a 3 to 4 bedroom home.
Okay.
All through the end of the month.
So I didn't know you did gutters and windows.
I do gutter cleaning, screen repair, screen cleaning. I do a lot of different stuff.
Here it's new Outlook window cleaning, and it's how much off?
$50 off.
$50 off gutter cleaning. 970-229-9209. Listen, really quickly. An adjunct to your business should be caulking. If you're going to clean windows, you should offer caulking for older homes or homes. Ted,
I've dabbled in that before.
Ted, when you give these warranties, don't you guys tell people they have to keep windows caulked about every 5 years?
Yeah, it's part of the maintenance. I mean, we use some, really good caulk, so it'll last 5 to 10 years, but you still need to check it and you need to redo it.
Have you actually offered that, Grant?
I have. I've actually done that on a couple of homes
But, I mean,
before.
do you actually, when you're cleaning and you see the home's older, do you actually have it on your contract as an added check they can get?
I do now.
You should. Honest to goodness. No, do you know what? I would have you do it. I would so have you do it. Listen, you're having your windows done anyway. Here's a guy, shows up with all the equipment. He says, oh, by the way, Mr. Martino, for an extra so much per window, this much, we'll caulk your windows. It would be excellent.
And if you had a little thermal gun, you could sell it with not even blinking.
It's excellent. Excellent. Okay, 303-713-TALK. Derek, what's going on with you?
Hello?
Yes, Derek. What's happening, sir?
Hey. Hey, Tom. Thanks for the call.
Yes, sir.
I've talked to you about this before, but so I got in a wreck with a semi. I hit a dude, but he brake checked me and he got the ticket. And I called you to see if I should go after him or the insurance, and you told me go after him because the insurance is hard to deal with, and
Right.
You were definitely right.
Well, here's what I say, Derek. When you go after when you're in an accident and the other party is at fault, they try to deflect to their insurance company. It's like, hey, talk to my big brother or talk to my dad. They'll beat you up. My big brother can beat you up. And you say, I'm not going to deal with your insurance company. I'm going to beat you up. So what did you do?
I went after the insurance, but I've heard you say this before about the cons about going after personals because it could take forever to get your money, you know?
Right.
And I didn't want that, but I already got the check.
So what did you do? Did you go after the other insurance company?
Yeah, and they were hard to deal with. They were being a bunch of dicks.
But you did it. You got it. You got it.
Yeah,
though.
I got the money. Yep. But I'm about to start the repairs, and but I had lost time. I'm gonna have lost time when it's in the shop and for the downtime that I was.
So here's the deal.
In the morning.
Here's the deal. Okay, you have the check. What's your question?
Well, I was worried because they sent me one. I told them, so I got the check for the damages, but now I need a check for lost time that it's going to be.
No, Derek, you did it the wrong way, bro. Derek, if you wanted to make this about damages and not just property damage, you did it. They're going to make you settle. They're gonna call that good. Did you have to sign a settlement?
No, I didn't sign nothing. I even told them, I was like, hey, I was like, you weren't even supposed to send me this check because I was going to go after you also for lost time. And they were like, yeah. And I was like, so I'm not cashing this check.
Is there a restrictive endorsement on it? Is there something that says cashing this check is full and final settlement?
No, I read it and it didn't say that.
All right, then what's your question?
Well, that was it. Because it didn't say that, but I'm just not going to cash it until I get the other check. But,
okay, Derek, listen. You can do what you want, and I'm not going to give you legal advice here, but I'm going to give you practical advice. If they wrote you a check and there's nothing that you signed, nothing at all, and the check does not have a restrictive endorsement, I would deposit it in my bank. That's what I would do.
Right.
There's nothing that says you can't go after additional losses.
Right. Yeah. And so there's nothing for you to sign, and they told me, they're like, yeah, we're still going to give you another check for lost time as well. But they just said it had to be 2 different checks, and I was like, okay, whatever.
Well, they're wrong. No, they're wrong. And what kind of lost time are we talking about?
Well, it's probably going to be down for like a week, and I mean that's probably like $5,000-6,000.
Derek, you know, it's not a candy store. You're obligated to mitigate your losses. You're obligated to go out and rent a truck or to do something to mitigate your loss. You can't just sit there and say, you know, you knocked me into a mud puddle, I'm just going to stay here and get dirty for a week. You can't. You have to do something.
I asked them about if I should go out to rental, and they're like, no, it's fine. They're like, we'll pay for your week.
Derek, why are you talking to me like... Derek, you ask them. You ask the other party, should I go after a rental? They say, oh, no, Derek, we'll just pay you for the week. Derek, don't be stupid, man. Don't talk to the other party.
No, not the other party, the insurance. I asked the insurance. I was like, hey, you guys...
That is the other party, Derek. Is that your insurance or theirs?
Theirs, but I told them both. I was like, you want either rental or pay me for lost time.
Derek, I'm done. I'm sorry, Derek. You're talking to yourself now. You don't talk to the other insurance company to get advice. You don't do it. And you don't talk to the other party. I am telling you, if you sit on your ass for a week and try to collect $6,000, they will say you did not mitigate your damages and you took advantage of them. That's why they're telling you, oh, don't worry about it, Derek. Just sit on your ass. We're going to pay you for the week. Don't. And then behind the scenes, they're all having a great time. Oh, yes. Just sit down, Derek. We'll take care of it all. Yes, sir. We'll take care of all of it for you. Aaron, what's going on with you? Aaron?
Oh, yep. Sorry.
What's happening? Yet. What's happening?
So, I'm not in a pinch or anything. I'm more just curious if you have, I guess, a recommendation. So I was a contractor at my last gig. I work in tech, and I found a series of security vulnerabilities. I went to the security team, reported them, and they terminated my contract.
Now, do you think it's because you reported vulnerabilities?
Yes. Yeah.
Why? Why would they do that?
It was about 10. Yeah, no, that's. I've had a lot of people ask me that question. That's a great question. There's a lot of speculation on why they would do that, but...
oh, maybe they thought you were snooping around where you shouldn't be, or was this during the course of your contract?
This was during the course of my contract. This was basically on my day-to-day duties.
You showed them they're vulnerable, and they got pissed at you because you're the bearer of bad news.
Pretty much, yeah. They fired the messenger.
So now what?
And
now what?
Well, yeah. So it's not a huge deal. I mean, I'm not really looking for unemployment. I've got plenty of money.
Well, you're a contractor. Unemployment doesn't work with it. You said a contractor.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
Now, were you really a contractor? Like, whose machines were you working with? Theirs?
It was their machines. Yeah, I was employed by a third party who had the contract signed with
never
them.
mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. Then that is kind of okay. All right.
Yeah. So I figure I probably don't have any grounds to suit, and honestly, I don't really care to. It is what it is.
So what's your question for us, Aaron?
Just I've had a lot of people say, hey, you should, just in case they come back around or try to, press charges or something, I should talk to an attorney and just kind of get some.
Why would they press charges? Did you actually hack into it?
No. I just found some things that were dangerous and did a write-up and then...
Can you give me an example of how you found something that was dangerous?
Well, so I guess an example, I can't give too many details because it's a little dangerous, but...
No, you can give me details without telling me who it is, where it is, what it is, passwords. Nobody's going to know. What kind?
Definitely.
Tell me how you found them.
So one example was I had a server I was working on and a account logged in and restarted it in the middle of the day, and that kind of piqued my interest. So I looked at that account and found that it basically didn't require passwords of any sort, and I also noticed that account had incredibly high privileges.
Oh my goodness!
And could do a lot of things. And that's one of the. I mean, I'm leaving out a lot of details.
They might. Well, here's what they concluded, that you were snooping around before coming to them. You should have come to them right away and said, "Look, I didn't look here, but this is what can happen." I think that's probably why they terminated you. But Aaron, do you think they're going to come back and say something's missing or altered or you're in trouble? Do you think so?
Probably not. I've just had a lot of people say, hey, you should talk to an attorney.
But why? About what, though? I don't understand. Why talk to an attorney? What is the event that they said caused? Are they saying because you were terminated unjustly? There's no such thing.
Well, a lot of people think that that's the case, but I mean, I was a contractor.
Aaron,
so
first of all, there's almost no termination that's unjust or against the law. Almost none.
Yeah,
there are...
in Colorado.
No, anywhere. Unless they say to you, Aaron... you're black, we don't want you here.
Yeah.
Or you're Muslim, or something covered specifically by the law. And under a contract, they can simply say, we no longer need your services. So I know you're hearing a lot, Aaron, but I don't think of any case where a guy under contract can't just be let go. And why waste your time? I mean, if you want to talk to an attorney, have at it. They'd love to talk to you. In fact, you can get a free consultation if you want. You really can. But I don't know if it's worth it. I mean, you might want to. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Hang on, Larissa, about insurance claims, and Ralph, about Windows, I think. We have more coming up. Now, MyMoneyEvolution.com, MyMoneyEvolution.com is exactly what it sounds like, an evolution of thought when it comes to money. We all know that the best way to build wealth is to get out of debt. There's so much more than that. With My Money Evolution, it's a system that will teach you how to convert all of your major debt. Listen to this. This is very important. All of your major debt converted to simple interest. Most of the interest we pay is upfront or exorbitant, and it's compounded. My Money Evolution will teach you how to transfer debt into simple interest, including your home, and using your equity wisely with simple interest, where you would normally use credit cards and other things, and they can do it. They can also show you how to earn interest and also how to lower taxes. This is why it's called My Money Evolution. It's not a financial plan. It's a way of life. Simply put, you're going to learn how to use your money differently. Read about it. Go to the next event, mymoneyevolution.com.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station with Ross Commit.
Hey, Grant, one thing you might want to say next time you go on there, where you cover
averages are higher in afternoon trading as investors brace for the outcome of the election. Among the gainers today, tech companies, which have been lagging of late. Boeing, United Healthcare, and Apple leading the Dow since the election of 2016. Among the Dow laggards since election day, IBM, ExxonMobil, and Walgreens. And shares of Apple are higher, but the stock has stumbled 13% from its all-time high hit last month, shedding $145 million in market capitalization since then. And Amazon is nearing a deal to locate its second headquarters between Long Island City in Queens, New York, and Crystal City in Arlington, Virginia. This according to the New York Times. Amazon will have a total of 50,000 workers in the two locations. Yesterday, the Wall Street Journal reported a plan to split the headquarters between two cities and also said that Dallas is still a possibility as well. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Lori Barsky.
When weather hits, the right wiper blades make all the difference. That's when the Michelin Man is on your side, helping you see better and drive safer with new Michelin Premium Wiper Blades. Designed with exclusive SmartFlex technology and frameless beam design, Michelin blades flex the curve of your windshield, giving you unparalleled street-free, long-lasting all-season performance. So when the going gets tough, you can. Michelin Premium Wiper Blades. It's a difference you can see. Available at Walmart and other fine retailers.
Where do you tell us from?
Switch to them.
If you want to avoid crashing on North Town Road, northbound I-25, you might want to just postpone your plans for right now. Northbound I-25 shut down between 120 and 144. Due to multiple crashes along that stretch, mainly around 136. There's a jackknife semi, a rolled over vehicle. It's just a mess along that stretch. Traffic is being diverted. And again, northbound I-25 shut down at 120 due to several accidents along that stretch. Avoid the area for now if you can. The weather forecast could be mostly sunny the rest of today with highs near 50.
Here's one does glass
skies in Denver, and we're sitting at 47. With the traffic limiter, I'm Keith Wagner, 630 KHOW.
Limited Plus from Sprint, full of the features you love. Learn more by stopping by your local Sprint store.
Glass, if you took like a 100-year-old house, put glass up there, it will eventually get thicker on the bottom.
630
Oh,
that's why you hear
gravity.
Hi, Tom Martino here. One Clear Choice Garage Doors. For all of your garage door needs, oneclearchoicedoors.com. When I talk about them, I mean if you have a problem, you call them and they can do emergency service, or they can do, of course, a tune-up. They can do brand new garage door openers starting at just $3.99. It is the best garage door company anywhere for all along the Front Range. 303-565-6409, oneclearchoicedoors.com. All right, so we have our guests and K&H Home Solutions. I was mentioning to them I don't like glass that has gas in it. I mean, I like it. It works. But then gas eventually leaks out. And they said they have another kind of glass, and the panes do not depend on gas between them because they use another kind of insulating. Now, I want you to hear this, Scott, this noise here. I'm going to play. Yeah, that's a laser. And I'm going to hook it up to your chair. And if you get too winded or too technical, you're going to get it in the ass. So now you have to tell me how these windows, they're better than gas because gas doesn't leak out. So tell me.
No, gas does leak out.
You're saying
over time.
Over time.
Correct.
But on this glass you're telling me about, they are gas filled?
No.
Well, they're air filled.
That's exactly right.
Well,
so may I say this again, and I'm going to give you this just for the hell of it now. Now, hold on. I said the reason these windows are better is because they don't leak out gas because they're not filled with gas.
Correct.
You use another kind of insulating factor.
That is correct.
What do they use?
They use, not to get technical on you.
Go ahead, seriously. No, what do you use?
They actually coat the glass with what's called iridium oxide.
What does it do?
And what it does is it gives you all the energy efficiency that people are used to when they buy a window that has gas in it.
Right, but without the
without having to worry about their investment leaking out over time.
Now, what does this coating fill the porosity that we were just talking about of glass, or what does it do to make it more efficient? Is it reflective, or does it insulate?
Actually, it is reflective because it's on the exterior of the glass.
And it keeps heat.
So during the wintertime, keeps your house warm.
I see.
During the summertime, keeps your house cool. Okay, the other advantage to this particular type of window that we have, aside from this latitude glass, is it uses what's called NRG glass, which stands for noise reduction glass.
What's that?
So yeah, I know.
No, seriously.
It's awesome.
What would make glass
quiet?
What would make glass quieter, though? I'm serious.
Okay,
I want to be educated.
A typical dual pane window.
Yeah.
That everybody puts in their house.
Yeah.
Okay, if they get what's called double strength, it's
Right.
1/8" glass.
Right.
With noise reduction glass, it's actually 1/8" on the outside, and then 3/8 or
3/16
on the inside.
So it's thicker.
It's thicker. So the way sound waves work, if it's the same thickness, a sound wave can go right through.
This is laminated.
Okay.
I get it.
So
I get it.
with the extra thickness, it causes that sound wave to move.
I get it. Okay, so this is why I say they always keep up with the latest advancements. And now you can get windows that are just as well insulated without the worry about that glass leaking out gas from in between the panes. Hey, Ralph, you have a question for our window cleaner. Go ahead, sir.
I do, Tom. Hey, thanks for what you do. I've been listening
I
to you
appreciate
for
it.
years.
Thank you. Not many people thank me. A lot of people just give me a lot of hell. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know. You're a good dude underneath it all.
Go ahead, sir.
I've been in this house for about 6 months, used house I bought. It's got a really nice big walk-in shower in the downstairs master bedroom.
Yes.
You know, a door and 2 big glasses on each side.
Okay.
Well, it's got this, like, scum on it.
Yeah.
That I've used everything short of dynamite.
I know. Is that do you guys do you do interior glass?
Yeah. Yep, we do mirrors,
like
interior
shower
glass,
doors?
showers. Yeah, we do it all.
What is he talking about? Is it kind of milky?
So
Ralph, is it milky?
Where do you
hold on?
Where do you live?
Ralph, is it milky and kind of white?
I live in Castle Rock, where
oh yeah,
I guess Ralph, is it milky and kind of white, or is it a? What is it?
Really?
What does it look like?
Just kind of light, scummy, you know.
I don't know.
So that's
sounds like soap scum, to be honest.
Look out the rest of the bathroom.
Right. So what is
out in your area, Ralph? This is Grant with New Outlook. So hard water buildup. You know, you get minerals in that water that's not filtered very well, right? And you're going to get that on your glass, and it's kind of going to start etching away. If that's left on the glass for a long time,
does it really etch it?
It'll etch the glass away. So that's why it's really important to keep your glass clean, because it'll sit on there and it'll etch into it. So what you can do,
it takes tiny particles of glass away.
Well, I think it just kind of embeds itself into it to a point where you can't remove it. But what you can try is you can try soapy water, warm soapy water, and like a quadruple aught steel wool. If that doesn't fix it, there are some other chemicals out there I haven't really used, but I mean,
like CLR.
Yeah, that might work. But if he's used that,
didn't do it.
Have you used that light steel wool that he's talking about?
I have not, but that's a good idea.
Try that with water and soap. You can do it dry, but water and soap really, enhances the scrubbing factor of that.
So water, soap with a light, and what?
Yep. And you can.
What kind
it's not going to scratch
wool?
it.
The kind you just buy in the.
You have to make sure it's the quadruple aught steel wool.
That
it doesn't
means
matter.
Thinner.
Yep, it's
finer?
very, very fine.
Okay.
And it will not scratch because those are going to be tempered. So don't put a blade to it because you're going to scratch them really bad. And use.
Yeah, now, this neighborhood, little old neighborhood, in Old Castle Rock. It's on its own little neighborhood well, and you notice from even like toilets and stuff, you just gotta.
There's that hard
Yeah,
water.
it sounds like hard water, and you know, filtration is an alternative. Now, not necessarily. You don't have to do a whole softener. You can do filtration for that too, and you're not dependent on all that salt and all of that. Maintenance. Hey, Mary, what's going on with you, Mary?
Hi, I have a friend who is 88 years old. His son used to live in the basement. He's been arrested on 5 felony counts.
Wow.
The father has evicted him.
Okay.
But all his stuff is still there. What responsibility does the father have to store his stuff or keep it?
Well, okay, there's two kinds of responsibility you're talking about. Just what he wants to do, and father and son wise, or friend wise, or what he is legally responsible for. And in legal evictions, I can tell you from the past that tenants who have had their stuff put out have no recourse against landlords. And our attorneys have instructed landlords in the past not to worry about it. You have no obligation to that stuff if the eviction was done legally. So he should have, at the time of the eviction, actually evicted him. But it sounds like he didn't actually put the stuff out on the street.
No, that's correct. We've boxed it up, and the attorney that helped with the eviction
he should have told
you. Suggesting we should store it, and I didn't.
Well, if there was an attorney involved, though, I would think he did it right.
He is an absolute moron, in my opinion, because if you did this eviction, let's say it wasn't the guy's son, what would he have done? He would have put the stuff out on the sidewalk, right?
Right.
And then what would have happened?
We didn't know because, well, we were just concerned because he doesn't have the option of coming and retrieving it.
Okay, so that's what I mean, Mary. We're not talking about legalities here. The legalities are over. He's already evicted. What we're talking about is, what does he want to do? I mean, you're answering your own question. I mean, if it was me and my son was arrested for 5 felonies and he was not contrite and I saw no turnaround, it'd go in the dumpster if it was me.
Okay.
But if he's a nice kid, and if the dad feels like, you know what, I want to give him a start, he may be out soon, before, you know, he's in there so long my credit gets better. I mean, it's like whatever he decides to do. How long will this kid be away?
Well, it's child sexual abuse.
I would put it in the dumpster. My God. Okay. This father wants nothing to do with this son, right?
No.
Tell me, I mean, did this attorney actually recommend that you pay for storage for this stuff from a guy convicted, or is he convicted or not?
Not yet.
All right. The attorney said you store it. I'm not going to tell you to go against your attorney's advice. I'm telling you I think your attorney's a moron. But what does this attorney wants the father to store it for how long?
It didn't say.
Maybe he should send him chocolate chip cookies too. I mean, I don't know.
Isn't the father 88 years old? Isn't that what she said?
Yeah.
So how old's the son?
In his 50s.
Yeah. My God. Mary, I think you guys can figure it out yourself.
Good pick on that one, man.
You guys, no, seriously. You guys can do it yourself. Carol, what's going on? Carol?
Yes.
What's happening?
My deceased father, I have got his house on the market.
Yes.
With potential buyer. Potential buyer hires a scoping of the sewer system.
Yes.
2 scopes.
Yes.
The contract falls through. The sewer scope place uploads it to YouTube and publicly posts it and attaches it to the address of the real estate sites on Google as well as YouTube.
You mean as part of a selling feature?
No, they're saying it needs major work. Now they're going to have to disclose it no matter how they look at it.
Hold on. We'll come right back to that. Hold on.
This report is sponsored by Walgreens. Big troubles on the north end.
Yeah, absolutely.
They didn't know about it until these people had the scope. Right. Then the contract fell through. They needed $10,000 sewer line.
I'm all done with you. I have one more of mine.
That is exactly why it fell through. They said, you fix it or we're not buying it.
That's right.
Right, but 25 seconds. I got one quick one here, guys.
Because you want to know about it.
And there's nothing being done wrong here. They need to disclose it. There's nothing wrong with putting that video up. They probably paid for that scope. It's their video.
There you go. Right. That's basically what I told them in my email.
So you know what I say? Wah, you're trying to sell a house with a bad sewer line.
There you go. Right. How do you know?
Right after this?
Because I sell bad houses all the time with bad sewer lines.
Okay.
I know that about you.
No, not yet. I'll tell you one.
Talk to the pharmacist to learn more. Hi, it's Dave Logan. You know, I met with the folks over at Online Trading Academy. If you're looking to change your career path, I would suggest you go check these guys out. Stop chasing.
No, you have to disclose anything.
Oh, right. No, I understand that. But how did you know it actually was a bad sewer line? She didn't get into that.
Because I heard what she said. Because they posted the video. What are they going to post a video of a beautiful fucking sewer line? Oh, look at this beautiful sewer line.
The sewer line is great.
It's the best super line or sewer line ever.
Okay, guys, the contour. 5 seconds.
That too.
Let's talk about ApprovalReverse.com. If you're looking for a reverse loan to tap your equity and use it for home improvements, emergencies, a line of credit, a lump sum, whatever you need, it can help you, but it's not for everyone. If you want to preserve your equity for heirs, you wouldn't want to do it. There are certain conditions where it's perfect. And you know what? I trust one company to tell you the truth about reverse loans. ApprovalReverse.com. 303-771-3528.
This afternoon at 4, don't miss The Michael Brown Show.
Yeah, I know. After I said that,
You did a good job.
That's what I was asking.
I didn't get shot in the
butt.
Tom Martino here. Okay. Now, this is weird. So Carol says a customer was looking at buying the house, a buyer, decided not to buy it. Now, Carol, why did the buyer decide not to buy it? Was it based on the sewer thing?
No, there were several things that we couldn't come to a mutual decision on.
Now, do you think they posted the YouTube of the drain to hurt you?
I believe what's happening is there were approximately 60 other properties that this particular employee uploaded the YouTube and publicly posted.
But why? Why did he do it?
I'm surmising that possibly he's getting extra business. He's getting extra.
But I don't understand. Why is he getting? What does it get him? Posting a video
advertisement
of a drain.
Advertising how great he is at being able to do his job.
Well, Carol, first of all.
I did ask, I have been in contact with them since last Thursday asking them to please take it down. They're claiming...
Well, they don't have to. They don't have to. I mean, now...
Why would you think they'd have to?
Yeah, I mean, now, there could be a privacy issue if it involved people. But here's one thing you got to keep in mind. Under normal circumstances, if this was a photographer taking video or a photograph, in the absence of a written agreement, the person creating it owns it.
I understand that. However, I did not hire them. The buyer,
I know,
the potential
but somebody allowed them to do it. Who allowed them to do it? If they did it without your permission, that would be one thing, but it wasn't without your permission.
They had my permission to scope the sewer. They did not have my permission to publicly.
It doesn't matter, Carol. Carol, it doesn't matter. Tell me what harm is Tell me what you would sue for. What damages would you incur by having YouTube video of your sewer? I don't understand it. I'm not trying to give you a hard time. Help me understand. What damages do you have?
Potential buyers in the future.
What? Tell me what.
If they see that sewer, I mean, the way he's got it scoped, it's showing some water in there and whatnot.
There's always water in there.
I know there's always water. There was some tree roots before we went in and had those cauterized and taken care of.
Carol,
but that's what's showing.
If you listen,
potential buyers.
Carol, listen. If you had a buyer who turned down the home, or someone that you could prove did it because of that video, and the video is inaccurate, you could sue them for casting it in a negative light if it was not true. In other words, if they knew that you went in and fixed it, and they refused to follow that up, you could treat them like a news reporter. It's intentional negative light. However, it's also foolish You're wasting time. There is no intellectual property here. You're truly wasting time. But don't let me tell you that, because for legal advice, pay $500 or $600 to have an attorney tell you. Go ahead and get legal advice.
Was there a belly in it?
You know, it's not going to. I don't even know why you think people will make the connection or care.
I have no problem with them posting it. Just do not attach the address to it. And now I've asked them, at least if you're gonna, if you insist on doing this, which I think is ridiculous.
But I think it's ridiculous too. I think it is, and I think it's also ridiculous that you even care. Hold on, what does John have to say about this? Go ahead, John. What do you have to say about it?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm in the business, and I used to do a lot of cameras, and we do that. That's how we share the links. That's how our equipment works, is we share the links with the people who are buying it.
Yeah, but
correct. That is correct.
By the way, do you have anything?
Post it publicly. It's
okay.
privately,
Carol,
not publicly.
Here's what I believe. I think that there's not one attorney alive that would take your case. Not one.
I'd say there's a lot if she was paying $400 an hour.
I don't think they would. I think attorneys would be honest enough to say, don't waste your money. I don't think so. Okay, Carol, you can't possibly believe any rights were violated. What rights are being violated? What you know, and if somebody doesn't buy it because of that video, if that truly is, and it truly is inaccurate, you'd have to first prove they didn't buy it because of the video. And then
I understand that. I have 2 videos from another certified plumber to indicate the complete opposite of what Pipe Cam was showing.
Okay.
I do have because it was like, what?
Then,
wait a minute.
Then
I
Carol,
like my own certified.
Carol, if you truly have, if this guy truly did the video to skew it, to cast you in a negative light, you can sue them for it. But listen carefully. You have to have damages.
I know.
Okay, Dave, what is your comment? Go ahead, Dave. What's your comment? Oh.
Hey, Tom, I just had a quick question on intellectual property rights. I understand there's a lot of artists out there complaining about the president using their music.
Yes.
If you buy a CD or something like that, don't you own that?
No.
Can't you play it anytime you want?
No, it's for private use only. You have to license intellectual property for usage. And you're not allowed, for example, if you had a restaurant, to play that CD or that file in your restaurant for public consumption. You have to buy rights accordingly.
So doesn't he have to have permission from me to publicly post that?
No, he doesn't, because it's not intellectual property. Your sewer, you did not invent. It's not yours. He even took the video. It wasn't created by you. Carol, I will say this is the most unusual call. So here's what I'd like to do, Carol. I would like to actually get our intellectual property attorney on tomorrow to try to answer this. Maybe I'm wrong, okay?
Okay.
All right, you hold on. We'll get your information. I'm Tom Martino.
It's never been easier to get rewarded at Isle Casino.
What a day. This is incredible. It was like the day at the dentist.
All in a day's work.
Wow.
That was rough.
She just didn't want to hear, man.
What's the intellectual property? Where is it set up? Where is it set up? Downstairs? Oh, I want to do it in my office.
That's why
I'm
I always
not doing
make
anything
it.
up here.
I never miss.
I'm not getting a massage up here.